platters for the slaw.
And that's about all the discussion we engaged in with a Colombian couple named Jorge and Isabella. By the way, the names have been changed to protect the privacy.
Oh, good, because we would have known who they were otherwise.
So you just said they're Colombian. His name is Jorge.
Mets and Phillies in action tonight.
Can you call him Bill? Bill and Sue?
Oh, George would be Jorge.
Before we headed to the play area, Trapeze Pricier Diamond Club, where guests enjoy silk sheets, condoms, lube, and chicken and waffles.
Why is there so much food involved?
Hey, Outback Steakhouse got a good salad.
I don't get it. Don't you eat hours before you go to this place?
I mean, the way to handle it, I think, is to not necessarily, engage in a fried chicken dish.
You go in hungry.
There's certain things you're going to do in there you wouldn't want to be eating.
Right.
You're not going to go in that direction if you've been eating.
Is it possible they do that just to say, hey, we're a restaurant here? There's nothing going on to the authorities. We're a restaurant. Look at the waffles.
We have the delicious chicken and waffles, and check out our slaw.
Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Don't mind the silk sheets and the condoms. We have chicken.
I don't get it.
And a waitress serving you during. Sir,
Don't
more
make
chicken?
that motion with your hip one more time while I'm in this room.
More chicken over here, please. Butter me up, Daddy. Quit playing that.
Billy, Doug, you know Billy Prokita?
I don't know him.
He's the host of the Man Whore podcast.
Oh.
Send me that link, please.
He needs to be a regular on the program. Billy's with us. He's going to talk man whores.
Oh.
He's been to 5 group sex events since May.
Oh, God.
5?
He said his motivations for going to sex clubs had shifted. Before the pandemic, he went to sex parties with his girlfriend to explore new sexual experiences. Then in May 2021, 4 months after he and his girlfriend broke up, he attended his first sex party, and it felt different, not just because he was alone. Quote, before I started to flirt with people or tried to hook up, I just wanted to go see all my friends and just give them a big hug and be like, hey, how are you? Glad you survived. And then there's a sexual element of it, like, oh, it'd be great if somebody wanted to touch me.
Oh.
I had to edit on the fly.
Okay.
Billy Prokita was a little more graphic.
I expect he might have been.
So sex parties, I'm guessing, are different than swingers parties.
Doug, is that correct?
If he's allowing single people to go in.
I think the sex parties have fried chicken. The swingers parties do not.
Right.
Well,
I'm more in line with the sex party.
And a swingers party is not going to allow single guys in there either.
Connect with a walrus girl and pick up a couple of whole fryers.
I was half to expect this guy to say that. At first, I went just to see what my friends are like. Now I just go for the chicken.
Oh.
It was joyful. We are all right next to each other, and we're barely wearing clothes. And more importantly, we're not wearing masks. And I'm not scared about that because I'm vaccinated. Like, why isn't that the commercial to get vaccinated? Get vaccinated, and then you can go to orgies.
That's not going to work for Fauci.
The chicken might, though.
Why, if you're so worried about getting the COVID, you're not going to sex parties with the chicken, are you?
I think if you have chicken and waffles and slaw, more people will go, and then more people will get vaccinated. This could be a master's thesis building right here in the middle of this presentation.
Okay.
A recent study by the Kinsey Institute and Love Honey.
Love Honey? Now they're putting honey on the chicken or the waffles? Probably the waffles.
Determined that 20% of people were more likely to attend a sex club this year than before the pandemic. Huh. While 55% say they're less interested, and the other 25% have the same level of interest. The study's lead researcher, Justin Laymiller, told me this didn't necessarily mean that sex clubs were going to be less popular post-pandemic. Before the pandemic, he said, the number of Americans who had actually been to a sex club was pretty low. According to one study, just 6.3% of men and 5.2% of women said they had been to a sex party or swingers club. Iggy, is that high?
Like
is that
high.
low? I feel like that's probably right about right.
I think it's right about there.
Yeah. You think it's high, Doug?
I think so.
Jackson,
I mean,
where are you?
I've never heard of anyone who said, yeah, I just went to a sex party and the chicken was fabulous.
I think it's
I've
right
never
in the
heard that.
I think it's right in the pocket. I think that number's pretty accurate.
Don't say right in the pocket.
I like that.
What's that
Put
mean?
it in the pocket.
But I think swingers
pocket,
parties would be lower, I think. Only for the
sex
fact.
clubs higher, swingers party lower.
Yeah, because it seems like sex parties will let more people in, especially single guys. Swingers are not letting single guys in. And swingers parties, for the most part, do not have dinner. They don't have sides of chicken and,
Doug, that's why we're going to
I'm not
sex
interested
parties.
in that anymore.
cheesecake. Yes, they'll have the couple in room 6 and 2 slices of cheesecake, please.
Oh,
God. Well, that's just not hot to me.
No, it's not.
no, and the guy who did the article said he went with his girlfriend. Why would you go with your girlfriend? Well, wouldn't that be where you'd go kind of single to do something else?
Arrangements.
If you got a girlfriend
Maybe girls
already,
like the girls.
No,
Time
those-
to recruit.
No, they're probably swingers. You're looking for strange.
Don't say
I
strange.
kind of liked it. I thought it was a proper number.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepper and Genie Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Ryan Kelly, there's a lot of people worried about rising prices. Maybe they don't want to buy a house. They just want to remodel it. How can you help them?
Absolutely. Yeah, we always hear the same story, right? Like the housing market is crazy. Homes are selling day one. They're going over listing price, and all that's true. But there's so many people out there that are just staying in their current homes but want to upgrade it. They want to finish the basement. They want to add on a bonus room or another bathroom, bedroom, update the kitchen, whatever it might be. It's the perfect time to make those additions and those improvements on your house. Mortgage interest rates are still near historic lows, and home values are going up at a pace we've never seen. So you have this equity just sitting there. Our average client at thehomeloanexpert.com received over $54,000 in cash at closing with a simple cash out refinance. That's right. Our average client received over $54,000 at closing. What would you do with an extra $54,000? Let's make those home remodeling projects a reality, and let's pay off some credit cards at the same time. Get started now at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, TMASTL.com, YouTube.com/TMASTL. 64 people were waiting for us, Doug, on
Really?
YouTube. They just wanted to see what I was wearing today, if I was wearing my negligee.
Is that what it's about?
Big reveal. I am. Yeah, it is. And people get turned on, and they wake up, and they pleasure themselves, and then they go off to work.
Do you have a series of negligees?
I do. I do indeed.
Okay.
And there's a little attachment for a strappy.
Oh, I didn't mean that. Ah.
Would a teddy be lingerie?
Doug, is a teddy the same thing as lingerie?
I think so.
Oh, it's 100% lingerie.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, you have a teddy?
No. I just had a girl that said I'm going to buy some couple teddies. I didn't know what they were.
Couple teddies. Or a couple of teddies.
Couple of teddies. I thought they were lingerie. I wasn't sure.
You know, when I first started watching porn, lingerie was like my first search engine search on like I forgot what site it was, but I used to be big into teddies and the
Oh, don't worry.
you know the
Really? Is that right? I don't care for it.
I don't think I care one way or the other now. This was back in the day, and I loved like the connector to the stocking from the
buttons.
Is that right? The garter? Is that garter, Doug? Is it
I
garter?
don't know the exact.
Is it a
term,
garter snake?
I don't know.
but I was a big fan of that.
Who were you?
But also, I found my a stash of Playboy for my dad, and that was like early to late '80s, and that was really the style there in the centerfolds. Was a lot of.
You were alive for that?
No, he had them saved. I mean, yeah, he had a nice few boxes, just memorabilia.
Oh, yeah.
So you had porn, but then you just decided to go to a magazine?
Well, it started with the magazine, and that's where I got my fascination for the lingerie, the teddies, the stockings, all that sorts of
It's interesting. It's like if
Yeah.
I were watching a Daisy Chain, and then like 2 days later, I started using the swimsuit issue with Kathy Ireland on it. You don't usually backtrack. You get creepier. You need more kink. I need more kink.
Yo.
All right, we got things going on here today, and it's important.
Okay.
So yesterday, we're approaching episode 500 of my podcast, and usually when shows, if they get to 500 episodes or 1,000 episodes, they do something significant. I, of course, have no idea what to do, so I've been saying, how about deep dives? Requests for deep dives. We had a request for a Joe Strauss deep dive a couple weeks ago, and it led to what I thought was a pretty good conversation on Strauss and why I was such a fan, and why I think a lot of people now have a greater appreciation for what he did since it's been 7 years, and the voice of credible dissent is lost. And so a request yesterday was for some behind the scenes on the 590 the man, 1380 the woman, and then the start of CBS Sports 920. And so I don't really prepare for it, because why go off brand after 2 decades? But then I just go into my memory and I just start word vomiting things. However, so I would recommend listening to it. Apparently people enjoyed it. Poor Jackson just sits there for 90 minutes while I Rain Man it up. But another thing that was going on while I was word vomiting on QFTA, the history of 590 the man, 1380 the woman, and how CBS Sports 920 got started, is I was in a direct message exchange with a gentleman, Iggy, you have been in contact with, at least via Twitter, who is in St. Louis today and has told me that he will be on the show at 9 a.m.
Johnny Johnson?
SGO Kai?
Riggs from Barstool.
Oh, my.
And my understanding, although I still don't have an answer, Jackson, to what we were, while I was doing the podcast yesterday, I think he's coming in studio.
Cool.
But I don't know that he's coming in studio. I am not 100% sure, but he, as for sure as a guest booking can be, is going to be with us today at 9 a.m., Doug. What a delight it's going to be to talk it over with Riggs from Barstool, who Iggy has expressed frustration, I guess, for lack of a better term, with how he and his cohorts from the Foreplay podcast on Barstool relate to some of the players, such as Tiger Woods or Justin Thomas, when they walk by them on the putting green.
And Kevin Kisner?
Yeah, Kisner. Anyway, so.
Yeah, it's you could say I troll him.
Okay.
I have no disdain for the guy. I don't dislike the guy.
Now, how will your nerves be when he arrives?
To make it clear, I'm not sure he's going to be in studio.
Oh.
I think he's going to be in studio, but
Okay.
But Doug, if you're going to allocate some of your bankroll, I'd be careful with it.
Okay.
Did he play golf at Harvard?
I know he's an Ivy League guy. I thought he played hockey. No, he definitely didn't play golf.
Okay. I was just... I thought there was an Ivy League affiliation with him. I didn't know the background.
Yeah, he's an Ivy League guy.
What's he in town for?
I don't know. Somebody sent me a screenshot. I'm starting to get DMs now. Probably not to your level.
I only got 3 yesterday.
Is that right?
Slacking off.
I absolutely don't get. I'm more in the email thing, which is fine. That somebody sent a screenshot, I guess, of his Instagram, and he was taking a picture of a restaurant. You familiar with Guido's? Is it on the Hill? Anybody nurse? Nancy Chase?
Yeah, I think it's on the Hill.
I don't know.
What do they serve there, Jackson? Outside of the obvious Italian food, is there a specialty?
I don't know. I've never been there. I've driven past it.
So Riggs and I have communicated. I've never met him. And I don't think he's like born and raised St. Louisan. I think he spent some time here, and then as the Plowhawks said, he went to an Ivy League school. We've had him on the show before.
Went to Harvard.
You went to Harvard?
Mm-hmm.
We all did. Well, we always had the
Or
opportunity.
could have, for
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you. We chose not to
Leesburg
graduate
did.
from the University of Missouri.
Yeah.
So with regards to our communication, he's been on the show before, and we've talked about playing golf, but I don't know him. I know, I haven't seen Young Page Views in a while, probably about a year, actually. Young Page Views not at Barstool anymore. Young Page Views, is he a Whitfield guy, Doug?
He did not strike me as a Harvard type.
Whitfield Warrior.
Whitfield, is that what they are, the Warriors?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that politically incorrect?
I don't know.
We used to be the
That's
Merrimack
me.
Warriors. Had to change that.
What are they now?
Magic? Well, they pretty much destroyed all the sports teams. All the old school
They hire
marms.
Frank Haith?
All the old school marms that run the St.
Shots
Louis
fired.
Community College District now, they said, why do we have sports? And so they pretty much dismantled
yeah.
all of it.
All right.
They
Uh-huh.
hate
Hate
sports
it, yeah.
there,
Hate it. It's sad.
That's where David Freese made magic.
I
Without
know.
Merrimack, Doug, the Cardinals don't win the 2011 World Series.
That's
Think
true.
about that.
That's true.
So anyway, when this gentleman, whoever it was, I apologize for not knowing the name, although maybe you want your name out there anyway, sent a DM to me on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, Riggs is in town. I'll DM him and see if he wants to come on. And I said, we're in Creve Coeur. I don't know where he is when he's in St. Louis, but I said, if you could come in studio, that would be outstanding. And he said, how about 9 a.m. Thursday morning? And but I still haven't gotten the confirmation as to whether or not he will be in studio. So 9 a.m. today, Riggs, scheduled to be on the show. I'm always hesitant with guest bookings because you just never know, and we're not in complete control of the situation. But that's what we got for you, Doug.
Okay, that sounds great. I'm not a Barstool guy to know anything about him, but he must be a big star.
In studio, and I get shoved at a cuck studio if he comes in.
No.
Yeah, you'll be on my spot.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
get you.
Iggy runs the board?
We'll get you a.
Well, I don't think we'll need any board running. I'll get him on, but I think face to face with Iggy and Riggs. I think that's.
I'll
where it
slide
needs
over
to
there,
be.
Iggy. I don't.
We need your.
I don't know the
candy.
gentleman.
Beer Cats is active already in the Engineering Design Facilities text inbox. It's going to be funny to watch Iggy squirm and backtrack like a weasel. He will immediately be like the people he claims are dicks online and then play nice when they meet him at TMA live events. This is going to be a real treat. You're the best, Tim. Glad someone on the show can book great guests. That's from Beer Cats, and now it's underway.
I'm sorry you had to hear that, Iggy.
I don't think once I've ever said, I hate this guy. I just don't, I didn't agree with the way they go about their golf stuff. And I said, I've never heard the podcast before. I'm not going to backtrack. I'll say the same thing I've always said. And then if he turns around and we have a nice conversation, we become friends. I mean, that's how it works. How many people on here have trashed me or they do it for fun? But the ones that don't, I always say, why don't you meet me and then make an opinion of me? And if they do and they say, you really are a nice guy, that's fine. That's what this will be. I don't dislike the guy. Just because I said that they suck up to Tiger Woods and, hey, it's Tiger. He looked at us. Yeah, that. I don't have a problem with him personally.
No.
I don't know the guy.
No, you don't.
So if you can find some place where I call him a dick or you're awful or God, go away.
Buck Swope is working on it now.
Yeah, we'll find that if you can. You won't, but... So I still haven't heard their podcast, so I can't say if it's entertaining or not.
So they had Billy Ho on yesterday, and it was one of their best podcasts ever. That was surprising to me.
It's a good get.
Well, it's a good get, but he doesn't strike me, and I watched him on Faraday that he would be like a great guest. But maybe, I don't know. I know he blocked Wellington on Twitter.
Oh, did he?
I remember I was playing with Wellington one day, and he goes, oh, Horschel blocked me on Twitter. So speaking of that, by the way, that's what triggered it. Wellington and I caught up with him yesterday, and he is going to be wearing a TMA hat next week at the U.S. Open.
Oh, how fabulous.
Indeed. I posted that video on the TMA Twitter account, Instagram account, and the TMA fan page, so you can follow TMA_STL on Instagram and TMA STL on the Twitter tweets, and join the fan page. It's a wonderful community of friends of the feather. And what we would like to do, what I would like to do is see if we can raise some money for that simulator that that really a lot of the money from the Dotem, Birdies for Bipolar, is going toward. He was in studio to talk about it. It's for veterans, and that's something that he has been working on, and I would like to see if we can put something, well, I will put something together and see if we can raise some money in addition to what I believe was $10,000+ that we raised, and by we I mean the whole show and audience and everybody at Hubbard Radio for Birdies for Bipolar via the Dotem. So I saw Wellington yesterday. We go up and we're just messing around late at night playing golf, me, him, and my son. And he goes, anything coming up on the show tomorrow? And in my mind, Doug, if somebody asks you that question, you would think, what? Same thing we've been doing forever.
Right.
You could listen to a show, say, from 2019, and it would probably be the same thing.
Same thing as you get today.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, I forgot. Riggs is coming on. But I don't know if he's going to be in studio or not. And he goes, oh, that's going to be wonderful. I said, I think it will be. So Riggs is going to be on at 9 o'clock, and I had almost forgotten all about it, and I may have forgotten about it if Wellington wouldn't have asked me that last night, because I've been DMing with him, and I'm still waiting to hear back as to whether or not he's coming in studio. I'm always so hesitant on guest bookings, especially for radio shows. I've taken that anxiety out of my life. I see it sometimes. Occasionally we'll have guests on Balloon Party, and like Jackson, the panic you have when Darren Pang doesn't answer his phone.
Yeah, it's like
it's a miserable thing because you're obviously promoting it, but it's not. And then if it doesn't happen, then it makes either the producer or the host or the station or the show or whatever look bad. And it's sometimes people have things pop up or they're on the other line and they can't switch over, whatever.
Right, it's a thousand things, and for the most part, like most guests are, like the local guys are like you're pretty consistent, But sometimes you get a national guy on and they're doing 15 radio spots that morning, and who knows if they're, if one went long, then you might not you got bumped and you didn't even know it. It's tough.
Yeah, it's kind of like when Joe got stiff by Katie Nolan.
Wow, out of nowhere. I mean, absolutely out of nowhere.
Yeah, Joe didn't book guests as well as you did he?
No, and I would get banty if
you would scold the guests.
I would if they wouldn't come on and they call back later. Well, I was busy. Well, don't say you can come on and don't come on. You make us look bad.
Exactly.
I didn't take that gruff.
Now, to be fair, didn't you kind of stiff Ned Reynolds and Johnny Johnson down in Springfield last year?
Well, I didn't stiff him. I forgot about it.
That's
the same thing?
Yes, it is.
I told Tom Ladd.
Tom Ladd.
His Jamaican interview bag?
No, Tom Ladd, not Frank Ladd. Okay. Tom Ladd.
Lot of lads.
Program director. I told him, I said...
Ernie the Cat Ladd.
I said, just text me.
Brewers?
No, he was a football player.
Yeah, for the Cardinals.
Well, the Kansas City
was
Chiefs.
Pete Ladd on the 1982 Brewers?
I don't remember Pete Ladd.
Jeez, nice show prep.
I don't remember him.
But anyway, I told him to text me. I said, because I'll forget. So text me. And
text me and I'll talk dirty to you.
That's what you said.
Well, he did text me, but I had my phone off. I was back editing, and I didn't hear it. And then oh, God, I forgot about that. I didn't see it till like 11:15.
What if you got that voice message in an email or something, a direct DM from Iggy, and you open it up, and that's what it said? Play it again, would you, Plowsy? I just wonder what people would think. They get an email and says, open this for the attachment, and you'll get the message. And the message says this.
And in van. Well, it takes a little.
Text me and I'll talk dirty to you.
In that voice.
Who could resist that?
Yeah, I'd be interested.
So I would have went out with him, but like I said, I don't particularly like Ned Reynolds.
Oh.
But Scott Purrier asked me to come on, and I like Scott, so if I got to talk to Ned while he's there, who cares? But I did work there, and
he was unhappy that your stars shine just a little more brightly than his.
I told you the exact words were, "He's more popular than I am. I want him out." And that was Tom Ladd that told me that. He was in the meeting.
Yeah. His exact words.
So anyway, I did. I stiffed them, but not purposely. I forgot.
That's a stiffing.
I guess you could call it a stiff, but there's guests that just don't show up, and then they make excuses. Well, I had things to do. I'm busy. My life doesn't evolve around your radio show. Well, why'd you say yes?
Now that you're
Frank in Jersey City, what's up, Frank?
Now that you're representing Blue Chew, you know a lot about stiffing.
Ooh, Doug, nice. I think you set him up.
Perfect. Yeah. Do I have one today?
Yes.
I'm not prepared.
So you'd like to defer on your one live read.
I can
go to one of my 30.
I just got to
bump it.
Well, yeah, because you got all your stuff in front of you. I got to go search.
Well, it's just in my mind.
Well, you've been doing them for years. I'm new to the game.
Do I have one?
I used to on Kegler's Corner. Every one of my spots were live.
Didn't we just celebrate 30 years in the business with you?
Yeah.
The balloons are still
30
slowly
years.
dying.
Yeah, they are. Trying to get rid of those.
Tim, did you get anything for your 100th or 1,000th podcast? 500th podcast? You get anything?
I think we're at 497.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I'll beg for you.
I believe. You know
Get
what?
Tim something. He's almost at
Actually,
500. Cake or something.
For real. This is how my in-laws are so kind. I'm so lucky, especially considering who I am, and I'm married to their only child.
God, they are really nice.
You've met them, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they're just like the nicest people. And my mother-in-law, who may very well be listening, is such a great person, as is my father-in-law. And they wanted to do something for my 20 years in radio. And I said, honestly, that's very kind, because I think it's like right around now that I started at KFNS 20 years ago. And I said, there's absolutely nothing necessary. But then they continued to try to do so. I said, please, there's just thank you. It's been lovely. It's probably shaved some years off my life, but nonetheless, very kind. So I think it was with Rich Gould, Doug. Rich Gould and Jennings Jr.
Yeah.
That's who I was doing the show with.
That's
and
a
then
good
Rich
pair.
decided it was. I mean, what a way to start.
Yeah.
And then Rich decided he wasn't going to work on Fridays, but he did not notify management. And so that ended his run.
Really? They finally caught on to it?
But after like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then I guess they didn't want to fire him. The person in charge was non-confrontational, to say the least.
Yeah.
And so Rich, as a way to kind of shove it up their ass, would walk in to get his paycheck. So he could just wave, "How you doing, fellas?" And he would get his paycheck, and then he would walk out.
Why did he think he could take 20% of his work?
I don't have an answer to it. I just know.
And then get angry about it?
I don't know. All I know is that's what happened.
Yeah, he was his own guy. He just,
He still is.
So funny.
And absolutely one of the most funny MFers ever. Yeah, I hope that gave you time to.
yeah, I just had to pull it up on my phone. Because normally I ad-lib it. I get some of the bullet
Normally,
points
well,
in
you've
there.
got 2 of these under your belt.
Yeah. Well, normally the last 2 days. And I've had some fun with it, you know. Yeah. Another thing, you know, if
Doug, this is behind the scenes Viggy's One Live.
Hit the hole.
hit the hole. Let's try and make this one under 10 minutes. You know, when the wife starts making snide comments,
It always goes back to
it's
There always has to be a bad guy.
no, it's always time to look into something. You try to hide it and make excuses, but
Sure you
you
do.
know, honey, have you seen the hard salami? Well, the only thing hard around here. It's time to look for help.
another wonderful ad lib.
Quit hiding it. I mean, you know,
No one
it's
says
there's
that.
nothing to be embarrassed about. But now I'll just give you some of the facts and the tidbits
Okay, we'd
about
like
Blue
that.
Chew.
Sure.
You know, enough of my stand-up comedy with this. You know, give you guys some reasons. Blue Chew, a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
Blue Chew tablets help men combat all forms of ED. Because Blue Chew is an online prescription service, there are no visits to the doctor, and you know how awkward that can be. No waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. So even the mailman's not going to know you're getting ED pills, ED tablets. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days, and the best part is all done online. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. You don't like swallowing pills? No worries.
Yeah, just chew.
Blue Chew's tablets are chewable. And here's a special deal just for our listeners, for all you guys out there that may be, oh, God, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want him to know I have ED.
Well, how do you deal with that?
Well, it's online. Everything's online.
Oh,
BlueChew.com. Blue Chew, free. All you got to do is use the promo code TMA at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, and your first order is free. So you have nothing to lose. You try it, you're going to like it, and then you're going to be a customer. BlueChew.com, promo code TMA, receive your first month for free. You'll thank me later, and your wife will thank me too, because, you know,
Your wife's going to like.
you know, because if
The one
either you get help
bitter.
or she's going to.
Yeah, the one who was making snide remarks about salami.
Yeah, salami, and, you know,
Linguine.
Honey, you seen the linguine? Yeah, between your legs.
Okay, that's enough of those.
So if you want a stiffy and a jiffy,
That's plenty.
BlueChew.com.
Sitting like a good little cuck at the foot of the pullout.
It's going to happen if you don't get it. If you don't get it done, you know, she's no longer going to make fun of you. She's going to go find somebody that can satisfy her.
Change your luck. Don't be a cuck. You do you with Blue Chew.
There, Doug, perfect.
Nice.
So
Real nice, actually.
BlueChew.com, promo code TMA.
There it is. Plowhawk, you also have Manscape to tell the people about, I know. And, man, you're looking forward to this bath you're going to take while Madison's out of town, and you're going to shave it up real nice like this weekend?
Shrub soup.
Shrub soup?
Oh, man, Jackson, shrub soup.
God.
That's the name of the podcast.
Manscape and a thing of Drano.
Yeah, I always like to save my hot water for Madison. She takes a lot longer in the shower, which is understandable. But yes, when she is gone, I'm going to take those 20-minute showers. You wonder why, Doug?
Why?
I'm going to be trimming my shrubs. And what's great about Manscaped, and Iggy said your wife is going to thank you. Your girlfriend, your significant other will thank you.
How about the Guma?
While getting the Manscaped. And it's also a perfect Father's Day gift. Yeah. Get one for your dad. Get one for your grandpa. Yeah. Get one for your uncle. You know, they all deserve a nice, clean shave, regardless of their status. Yeah. For me, I like to get in the shower, give it a little scrub on the matted tufts, get them separated,
Why
and
are
then
they so
just
matted?
dig right in there with the Lawnmower 4.0. It's waterproof. You can do it in the shower. Usually I did reverse cowgirl over the toilet.
It's the right way to do it. If you were raised the right way, you shave your pubis reverse cowgirl over the toilet.
You have to know about that.
I agree.
Then they go in the toilet, else they're going on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah, although it does kind of look like a murder scene sometimes if you miss that bowl and you kind of have it on the outer edges, the girl doesn't like it. So the shower is the easiest way. Yeah. Not only that, they come with a lot of great products as well.
You see a lot of pubic hairs in a murder scene?
What's up?
See a lot of pubic hairs in a murder scene?
Well, I meant like if you would think of the hairs as blood. And again, this is not in the copy, Tim. I didn't know if you knew this or not. This is
These guys are improv masters.
This is more of an ad-lib than what even Iggy goes sometimes.
It's like Will Ferrell and Chris Farley.
But to get back
Groundlings.
to it, they have the crop gel, they have the exfoliator to avoid those nicks, cuts, razor burns, all those things that kind of make guys a little weary to go down under and get that tough shaved up. You have the little crop shaver too. It's for that delicate under the, that 6-inch slot between your hole and your sack. That's kind of.
Is he talking taint?
Yeah,
6
inches. The taint. That's what we like to call the Achilles heel of shaving.
Really?
That's what can get you in trouble, and that crop shaver is absolutely perfect.
6
Comes
inches?
with all the accessories.
Yeah, that's a long taint.
That's a big ass.
That sure is.
I may be off a little bit.
Why don't we measure our taints?
I should cut my 6-inch nipple
right
hair
before
and put
Riggs comes in.
Content.
Yeah, that's wide. Yeah, maybe it's
like
a
a
2-incher.
sumo wrestler, maybe.
Okay, back on track again, Tim. That was not actually in the copy.
They didn't say bring up the taint right at the end before the promo code?
Again, they have all of the products. They have the boxers as well. And if you order, Doug, online, manscape.com, using the promo code TMA, you get 20% off and free shipping. And I can't tell you how much of a bargain it is because it is such a useful tool. I use it on a weekly basis. Again, great idea for Father's Day, which is coming up around the corner. Perfect idea for, surprising your girl with a nice little design. Maybe you shave it complete porpoise style like Iggy. Make sure she is really wanting you in the bedroom instead of feeling forced to. You can shave that in the shower, reverse cowgirl. Go to manscape.com, 20% off using the promo code TMA, including free shipping.
How about that?
Can I tell you something that people don't really realize when they shave? They're afraid to shave. It does make it look bigger. When it's completely shaved, it makes it look bigger.
Yeah, and especially this is the first time I did the undercarriage, and it is just, the feel is phenomenal, especially in the Manscaped boxers. You have none of that itchy irritation, none of the hair. Oh, it is just tremendous. So I highly recommend it, Doug. It's a great product.
Don't be a cuck or a fat hairy ape. Shave your nuts with Manscaped.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he's a wordsmith, isn't he?
You really might be able to get paid
Yeah, Doug, you ought to create like an ad for an agency. Well, I mean, all I got is this. The best in the business, the official automotive provider of TMA, and that's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. I feel like on a regular basis, weekly minimum, a listener emails me to rave about their experience with Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess, everybody at Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. And that is why we are so happy that they are our 7 o'clock sponsor and our Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. If you are looking for a new car or a pre-owned car, go to stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com, and you can shop right now online. And even if you didn't get your car from Munganess, get it repaired at Munganess. Get it tuned up at Munganess. Go to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com, or just email me, tmckernan@insidestl.com, and I'll connect you with Jamie Burkhardt, and then he will take care of everything from there. parts. Munganast, stlouisacura.com, and altontoyota.com, the official automotive provider of TMA. Send your emails in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. Timmy Tom got on the board yesterday. Got JV golf coach with a win. Imperial T-top and sushi enthusiast Kevin Miller, Mr. Licks and Crazy Legs, all with wins so far in the month of June. Send yours in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. And again, Riggs scheduled to join us, possibly in studio at 9 a.m. At the very least, I'd like to think he will be with us at 9 a.m., but I just keep putting those, just a disclaimer, until I know, I don't know, but he did say Thursday, 9 a.m., and then I followed up by saying you're good for in studio, because that was the initial question. If you're in town, come on in studio. Let's see what's doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what you should do.
By the way, email of the day. I gave Jackson a gift card yesterday, $30 to a saloon.
A saloon?
A saloon.
We still have saloons?
It's called Bear Creek Saloon or something. Jesse, I gave it to Jackson, so hopefully he's got it back there.
It's in my office.
Okay. But it's $30 to that. But then we get an email from Jesse yesterday saying that she realizes she has some extra tickets to Motley Crue,
Def Leppard,
Joan Jett at Busch Stadium. So you're going to get tickets to that as well, to the winner of the June email.
Doug, is that July 5th?
I don't know the date, Tim.
First week in July, I believe. So you're probably correct.
That'll get rowdy there at Busch.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show. So you get tickets to that and to a saloon.
Oh, look at that.
$30.
Tickets at a saloon.
Do we know what the saloon name is? Was it the Blue Creek or the Black?
No, it's I gave Jackson the gift card. I mean, it's $30.
So it's on Jackson. This is all on Jackson.
It's $30 to a place to go eat. So there you go. And Motley Crue, Def Leppard.
You going to that?
Joan Jett tickets. I would go to see Joan Jett.
You saw Rico's 2.
That's the last time I saw Joan Jett with the Runaways.
And Lita Ford and Cherie Curry were there?
Yes, and I can't think, is it Sandy West, I believe, was the drummer in the band?
Doug, was Sandy
Adam West.
Adam West.
Sandy West, I believe, drummer, I believe, passed away.
Jerry could have been Jerry West.
Yeah, Jerry West.
So yeah, I would go to see Lita Ford. I like Def Leppard a little bit. Really not a Motley Crue guy. Although maybe me and Tommy Lee will hang out.
Well, now why would he hang out with you?
I watched the Motley Crue documentary. Woo.
The documentary or the movie?
It's the movie, okay.
It's called
yeah.
The Dirt?
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Was it?
I went in there with.
Oh, Jackson just announced it was bad.
Well, it's like I guess if you don't like any '80s music or any '80s style, I could see where it's not appealing. But I knew nothing about Motley Crue, and I thought it was a good little insight.
I was never a hair band.
Sure, it wasn't 100%.
Hair band.
What about Straight Outta Compton, Jackson?
Good.
All right, just want to make sure I'm on.
Oh man, Straight Outta Compton's fantastic.
Fire.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
If you like music documentaries, I came across one on Netflix. It might be Hulu. It's a documentary of the guy, and I apologize, I forgot his name. But he was the lead writer for Rolling Stone for many, many, many years. Asian gentleman. But he was the only guy that some of this. No, I forgot his name. If you look it up, Rolling Stone writer. Okay. But some of the biggest names in music would only talk to him.
Boomer Kingsley?
Is that who it was? That's not
That's just who it was. But just about some of the people he interviewed. I mean, Ray Charles would talk to no one. And he said, I'll talk to him for Rolling Stone. And
Ben Fong Torres.
That's it.
Yeah, I saw that. That's in my queue.
It's a reference from Almost Famous. Doug, you ever see the picture Almost Famous?
No.
Yeah, that was actually that was him. I mean,
I assume that's good, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't him, but they did have his character in Almost Famous. Yeah, it's a fascinating documentary of all the people that talked to him and how Rolling Stone almost folded at one point because they were making no money, and how it was him who turned it into basically a music magazine. They were doing political stuff, and they would do like a little blurb on an album, and he just turned the whole thing into music. So, pretty fascinating if you're into music. Ben Fong.
There's a recommendation.
Maybe you and Ben Fong could hang out.
And Tommy Lee.
I DM'd him.
And Riggs. Maybe Riggs is here for the Motley Crue show, just getting here early.
Yeah, that could be it. Or maybe he's, what's in town tonight? Anything?
Nothing's ever in town.
Well, there's concerts all over the place here lately. I'm signed up for like 10 of them.
Is that right?
Yeah. I was talking to Max yesterday. He just added Pat Benatar.
Max Roby?
Max, the promotions guru from for K-Sheet.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday. I just kind of walk around and just chat with everybody.
Yeah, just me.
Yeah, I probably left. He goes, "Who was that?"
Yeah.
That's that idiot from down the hall that does that news show over there.
And when you left, I said, "Good Lord, these olds."
He's 68 years old. What's he going to concerts for?
Yeah.
Tonight you can see Nothing More USA Tour, Whiskey Myers, Twang Fest 24, and Brother Moses.
Yeah, there's stuff going on every night here. I had to sign up for New Kids on the Block yesterday.
Wait, Brother Moses. Let's see who that is.
Okay. Well, I'll just take
You
a
know,
time out.
go see that
Look up
team.
Brother
Tim, you
Moses.
want to go see New Kids on the Block?
NKOTB. No, it's not of interest to me. Although I always was just amazed by Joey McIntyre's eyes. Doug, just beautiful, beautiful blue eyes. And
Was it Mark Wahlberg's brother in that?
yeah, sure, Donnie.
He'll probably be in town then. I guess it's the
Jordan
original
Knight, Jonathan Knight,
Suge Knight,
and is
That
it
would be
Danny
wild.
Wood?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. Joey McIntyre, Donnie Wahlberg, Jonathan and Jordan Knight, yeah.
And then is it Danny Wood?
Yeah, Danny Wood, not to be confused with Danny Woodhead.
Woodhead,
who just
the running
tried to
Yeah, who tried to
qualify.
qualify for the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
It's one thing when you're a band and you get older, and now he can't hit the high notes, and he lost a little bit on his, guitar playing. When you're a band known for dancing around, and you're almost in your 50s now, going out on tour, I mean, that can't be possible, can it?
Backstreet Boys do it.
It is. I was impressed. I don't go to very many concerts, but I did go to Kenny Chesney, and he's got to be 50, isn't he? At least.
I would take the over on that.
He was running around, jumping, dancing for 2 hours.
Bruce Springsteen puts on like one of the most energetic shows going.
He plays for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney is 54.
Yeah, he ran around from the time it started to the time it ended.
I think he's a shorter gentleman.
Yeah, I think
Who
it's
is?
like 5'6".
Kenny Chesney.
Mick Jagger still bounces around on stage.
Yeah.
He's 80.
I know. It's amazing.
Hey, you guys see Fesco's tweet? He's a tool. That's from Jonathan Mardukas. Doug, have you seen Bob Fesco's tweet? I have no idea.
I'm looking it up.
I don't have the notifications on my phone set to let me know every time Fesco tweets. I suppose I should.
Get over it!
Okay.
What the hell can we do in this world to have fun? Nothing! Because you're out there saying everything we say is wrong! Tired of it!
He said St. Louis style
that.
pizza sucks or something.
What pizza sucks?
Someone tweeted like a graphic, like one style has to go, and it's New York, Detroit, Chicago, and St. Louis, and he tweeted, layup, St. Louis style isn't even pizza.
Okay, and what St. Louis style is what, the emo style?
Yeah, like the really thin cracker crust. And
Well, that's his opinion.
Provel.
Why would you get upset about that?
That was Mardukas, not me.
He called him a tool over that.
The Jeff Schwartz tweet that he quote tweeted.
I don't care what kind of pizza you like.
I like Jeff Schwartz.
I like thin crust pizza. I don't feel like I'm getting quite so fat.
Mardukas.
I mean, Detroit style is an easy one to get. How many times, Doug, have you ever eaten a Detroit style pizza?
Is Detroit style like Jets?
Yeah, it's good.
I legitimately like it. I would imagine it is one of the most unhealthy of the pizza family.
Yeah, that in Chicago.
Sauce on
Yeah, that in
top.
Chicago.
No, Detroit has the cheese on top. Well, no, you're right.
Chicago has the sauce on top, right?
Yeah, I think both kind of do. Detroit is like a more easy to eat Chicago style. Like Chicago style is good, I guess, but it's tough to eat.
Isn't it more dough?
It's a lot of dough.
Like a big, thick pizza.
Yeah, it's really thick. It kind of looks like a boogie board.
I thought Chicago was a deep dish pizza.
It is, but that's like a round pie, whereas Detroit's a square, thick pie.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the way you cut it, that doesn't affect the taste.
Says you.
Just give me a
How is the way
JJ
you cut
Twigs,
it
give me an Uncle
possible?
Leo's, give me a Felix. I'm happy.
I like St. Louis style a lot.
Yeah, another live spot for me.
Yeah, that's two.
Jets 8 Corner is the flagship Detroit-style pizza.
Okay. Yeah, and I like it. It's just not something you get all the time. And I love Jets.
That's from Dotem, actually. Butter crust is driven straight into the boy fupa, he says. Is that right?
Oh yeah, you'll release
Probably would be, yeah.
heavy mud splatter pattern.
I just like, and I guess it'd be called a New York style, where you just get a big slice and it's so floppy and greasy you can fold it over and eat it.
Yeah, that'd be
I don't want grease all over me.
That would be New York style.
Yeah, I'm a New York style guy as well.
Doug, Mount Rushmore of pizza styles go.
I don't know.
There's only 4, aren't there?
Basically.
Okay, those
What
four.
about a stuffed crust? That stuffed crust is an option, right?
That's
I usually don't
Or
eat the
that
very
just
end of the
an-
crust.
Oh, I hardly ever do.
You eat as long as there's sauce, you're still eating. But as soon as you eat an area where there's no sauce, I'm done.
If you get a stuffed crust, you know it's frozen. Nobody's taking the time to flop open a pizza and then take the time to stuff the crust all the way around.
Pizza
it.
Hut does.
No, that's frozen shells.
Guys, New Haven pizza is the bee's knees. It's too thin in crust, though, for the fan pin fats, but I enjoy it. That's from Rich with nipple studs and a full bush.
Great name.
It's hot.
What's New Haven Pizza?
Never heard of New Haven.
Connecticut?
It's out of, yeah.
I need to talk to the sales staff about
Oh,
a
that's
pizza
good.
place that I get.
What's
and
that?
It is phenomenal. Can we bring up pizza places that aren't on the Friday night?
Sure. Iggy does live reads for people who don't advertise.
Yeah,
Right.
that is true.
The smoke show staff.
Off of Kings Highway, pizza. I'm gonna spell it incorrectly. Pizza Tivoli.
Doug, is it Pizza Tivoli?
It's
I don't know.
wood fire. It is unbelievable. It's super, super good. And, like, it's a straight-up Italian family that owns it. Like, they're super nice people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we try to go there every now and then because it is close to my place. It's off of Kings Highway. It's right by,
Looks like it's right by Smoking Barrels Barbecue or something.
yeah, but there's something else that's kind of right next to it. But, yeah, it's super good. So I'm going to try to get them on board.
St. Louis really does have a lot of great pizza places.
Oh, 100%. Oh,
Oh, it's
There's a lot of
across from DB's.
There's a lot of people that have amassed a fortune with pizza.
Oh, no, it's not.
Mike Ilitch with Little Caesars.
Yeah.
And Tom Monahan with the, what's the one the first one that would deliver 30 minutes?
Domino's.
Domino's, yeah, thank you. Losing my mind.
And the guy with Papa John's.
Yeah, yeah. Emos, maybe not at the $1 billion level like some of those other guys, but I'm sure they've done very, very well.
yeah, but the mom and pop style pizza shops, St. Louis has a lot of really, really good ones. I mean, we've already had a few in here,
Yeah.
and just there's a ton around
yeah.
the area. I mean,
And the beauty of making pizza is the ingredients can't be very expensive.
Why don't we open
Dough
up a
and
pizza place?
Tomato, so we should.
Yeah, we
and then you
should.
can charge $20-25 for it.
wood fire is where it's at. Not a lot of places do it, and it's a little bit pricier than your typical. That is
Yeah.
so amazing. It's never overcooked. It is just perfect every single time.
Now, the original Slay's Caruso's was right on the corner of Manchester and Brentwood, across from St. Mary Magdalene. I think the Schnucks is there now, I think. But my Aunt Manita ran it. Manita Woods.
She was a big hitter in those
Manita
days.
Woods. And we'd go almost every day after school. We'd go across the street, and she'd make us a pizza. And the pizza was just tremendous.
Did your parents care that you crossed a busy intersection like that, Brentwood, Manchester? No one seemed to care back then.
Well, we could read lights.
Yeah, and it was a free dinner.
Now, I don't think you would let your third or fourth grader cross that intersection by themselves.
On Manchester.
Brentwood Boulevard in Manchester?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah,
Oh, that's,
I used to have to, when I lived in Brentwood, we'd cross the street to get to O.B. Clark's, and you'd take your life in your hands every time
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah, especially right there, man.
Yeah.
Forget about
But you
it.
go back to the 60s and say, they'll be all right. If not, shake it off.
Yeah, we never really had to because we lived on the same side of the street as Magdalene, about 5 blocks down. So that was the only time we really had to cross the street.
You lived right on Brentwood?
5 blocks south or 5 blocks north?
I lived on Manchester.
Oh.
So it'd be 5 blocks east.
Gotcha.
Oh, down there by Putt Putt.
On Lewis Avenue. Yes, there used to be a putt-putt there.
Yeah.
Snow Cone Place used to be there. McDonald's used to be there.
That whole road is, like, closed right now.
It's too narrow. It's one road in town that's just too narrow, that Manchester. It's busy and narrow. Iggy, do you have any pull there still? Is all your influence in
No, the
Maryland.
only pull I had was Dan used to be the chief of police.
Dan!
Officer Dan.
I won't give his last name. Went to grade school together. And
Why don't you give his last
There was a point that I got probably 10 tickets in 2 months. Just speeding down there. That's when we were in Webster.
After 7 or 8, don't you slow down a little bit?
And I would be late for work, and I'd just speed through there. And every time he gave me a ticket, I said, oh, you know Dan Fitzgerald. I just gave his name.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. He goes, yep. He says, here's the ticket. Just call Dan if he can take care of it, but I got to write you one. And I called Dan. He goes, you got to slow down.
Yeah, why didn't you?
I said, I was late for an interview.
That didn't cut it.
Did you get the job?
I was already working there.
Oh.
KFNS, and we were in Webster. And I would go down Manchester to Big Bend.
Oh, late for I thought you meant a job interview. Okay.
No, late to tape an interview, which I wasn't. I was just lying, but that's the only pull I have, Doug. And he retired, so.
Oh, slow down then.
Never pulled the gun out of his holster in all those years.
Well, that's what they strive for.
Well, I said if I knew I could go to the academy, in my late teens, early 20s, and be a police officer in Brentwood, I would have done it in a second.
Yeah, you'd have been a hell of an officer.
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do in Brentwood. There's no crime.
Sister Patricia is unhappy because she, I guess, was the principal. Or is she still the principal?
Well, she was the principal when I was going to Slay's Caruso's.
For the love of God, stop the lip smacking. Control your old man jowls. You bridge troll. That's a nun.
Bridge troll.
Do you ever think while I'm talking, maybe
sit under the bridge? You sit under the bridge and you make people answer questions before they can go through?
How is it possible to talk and smack lips at the same time?
I don't know.
I can't. You can't talk because your lips are apart when you're talking. So you can't talk and smack your lips at the same time.
There it is.
Right there, Doug. I heard it.
Yeah. So it is possible.
I did it.
You having a treat, bro?
Look at the size of that thing.
God, what in the hell is that?
Wow, is that ice cream? That's
is that a piece of lasagna?
Donut.
No,
It looks like chicken.
Lasagna in there?
It's a maple bacon donut. Usually I go with
bacon on a donut.
Oh,
that's the popular flavor.
Hella fire. Usually I go to Donut Drive-In. That is my donut place. But this is brought into Madison's work yesterday from Vincent Van Donut, which used to be, it's right off in the Grove there. And it is fire. Hella fire. I swear it's not payola. They just brought an extra one.
Did they?
Brought me an extra one. So
Yeah, nobody eats regular donuts anymore.
Well, I never ate regular
Vincent Van Dell. Strange Donuts is great, but
Donut Drive-In has a lot of classics. That's why I like it. They got a lot of go-to classics.
The ultimate go-to classic is just the glazed, right?
See, I like the cinnamon twist.
Ooh, a nice cinnamon twist, Bill.
I put that one in the original 6, kind of similar to hockey. The original 6 donut. You got the bear claw, you got the cinnamon twist, you got the glaze.
Yeah. Charlie Marlowe used to eat bear claws 2 at a time.
That's right. Bear claws 2 at a time. I think that's a drop. I don't know if it's still in the system. The breathing is back. It's 100% Iggy. I heard it on Pepper and Genie yesterday. It's in the Crystal City Clam Hammer.
Yeah, and I got an email from a guy yesterday that said, Iggy, big fan of the show, and I can tell you I've been listening forever. I listen in the car on the app, and I never hear any breathing. I said, oh, thank you.
What a nice email we get.
Yeah. Nice little pat on the rump there.
Okay, got away from the DMs. I got an email.
I guess it was to Negril, right?
Yeah, it was to Negril. I got a new one today that I'm getting emails now from the Knitting Club.
That's Negril111
at gmail.com. Yes.
Gmail. And how do you spell Negril?
Negrall, 4 L's.
And Doug, the phone number is BR5.
BR549.
Sterling 1, 7039.
Klondike 5.
Ahead of above the first E, I think, in the grill.
Hey, it's 7:52. You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We're in the Michelob Ultra Studios. Michelob Ultra, sponsor of the studios here on TMA. Also, the Fan Page Club Championship down to the Elite 8. And all of the coverage will be on NBC Sports for the Elite 8 matches. And it should be fun. Looking forward to it. I haven't played golf on national television in a couple of years, so this is going to be a great opportunity to really see if this can enhance my brand. Michelob Ultra sponsor the Fan Page Club Championship and the studios. 95 calories is what this sign says over my shoulder. 2.6 grams of carbs. That's it when you're out on the golf course. And today is a perfect day to be playing. Holy moly.
I'm playing today.
Michelob Ultra. You are playing?
Yep. Me, Cletus, Flower. Anybody else wants to join us?
Ooh, I'm in.
Wow.
You play at 1:30?
Sure.
Jackson's in. There's our 4th.
It's literally picture perfect. Tomorrow is even supposed to be a little colder, which I like. 73.
A little chilly tomorrow.
Do we have any precipitation?
Maybe a little bit heading into Saturday, but that's about it.
In Saturday, not tomorrow.
Heading into Saturday, so maybe late tomorrow, early Saturday.
Nice.
And then next week, back into the 90s. Just a little cool front coming through.
I see it cloudy and raining at 7 a.m. tomorrow on my app, but you say don't worry about it?
I don't think it's starting that early.
But you're just guessing, basically, right?
Yeah, that's what I do, is I guess.
Iggy, I got a 101-degree high on Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah, I said yesterday we're going to be close to 100.
That sounds horrible in every sense.
I'm telling you right now, if you know it's going to be like in the high 60s or low 70s tomorrow, This is the time to call Seth Goldcamp and Design Air Heating and Cooling, because next week, sweet mother of pearl. Look at this forecast bill. 97 on Monday, 101 on Tuesday, 98 on Wednesday, 92 on Thursday. Iggy, we are going to be dealing with some conditions next week for our tournament. 95 on Friday and 95 on Saturday. How do you do?
Yeah, some nice white pants.
You gonna go white pants?
That's the answer to it all. Some nice white pants.
Design Air Heating and Cooling is the answer to it all, along with white pants. Go online at designairservice.com right now. Click on Book Now and get the air conditioning tuned up. Just like you need to tune up your car, you need to tune up your air conditioning, and you can do it with Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, especially with the heat wave that is coming in. It is coming, and it is coming hard, Jack. Design Air Heating and Cooling, designairservice.com, the official HVAC provider of TMA. Doug is a client. I'm a happy client as well. Design Air Heating and Cooling, Seth Goldcamp and his outstanding team of service techs. It's going to be hotter than the fires of hell next week. And if your air conditioning goes out, you're going to be in a long line. Right now, you can get it taken care of. Have the foresight. Have the foresight. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Think about it. All right, what do you think?
All right, I'm thinking.
Where was the rain yesterday, Iggy? That's from the Holly Hills Hustler. Did you say it was going to rain yesterday?
Well, it was raining when you came to work yesterday, so that didn't count as yesterday.
Holly Hills Hustler action's back on you.
I mean, my God. I mean, if you didn't see it raining in the morning yesterday, then you slept through it all.
My God.
636-9004-TMA if you want to.
And it was after midnight, so that would have been yesterday, so.
So he can shut right up.
Yeah.
The Loomster has issued a statement. Doug, as you know, he went on a date with Lisa Ann, with his wife.
Yeah.
The VANESSA, and also is in the Fan Page Club Championship Elite 8. So I would say the Loomster is right now the listener of the year to date. Yeah. I mean, he won the Lisa Ann dating game. He might win the Fan Page Club Championship.
Well, his wife won it.
What's that?
His wife won it.
He was along for the ride.
Yeah, Lisa Ann knew he was a submissive cuck who she didn't have to worry about anything with him.
Yeah.
He would just sit there while her and Vanessa talked, and he would pick up the tab and, carry their purses to the way of the car.
That's what he does.
Oh, he's a purse carrier for sure.
So what did he say?
Love Loomster.
Hold on a second. We are getting a lot of text. The breathing is 100% still a thing, and it's 100% Iggy. And also, Iggy said it was going to rain again in the afternoon, and that's why he didn't play golf with Raby.
Well, it did rain.
In the afternoon?
I had a drizzle in Maryland Heights.
Oh, did you?
It was pitch black. It rained, and then the clouds moved on. Like I said, you're going to have periods of rain and sun. It's going to be one of those days. That's exactly what it was.
Beer Cats is active
now. I don't really
care
care about Beer Cats anymore. Why don't he just go away?
He said it wasn't he wasn't golfing yesterday with Raby because it was going to rain, and it was a beautiful day. Idiot. Beer Cats.
No, it was a beautiful day in between raining at about 4 o'clock.
Maryland Heights is like the Bermuda Triangle.
Apparently, they get weather the rest of us don't.
Yeah, my forecast is always perfect in Maryland Heights.
Yeah.
No, but it did rain. It rained a little bit. I didn't say it was going to pour. I didn't say it was going to pour down rain.
It's very interesting.
I said it was going to rain, and it did.
There's some sort of vortex that takes weather right on Maryland Heights and removes it.
I think it's from Albuquerque. That Albuquerque front.
Yeah.
It could be.
It very well could be.
Mr. Licks and Warson Woods Wacko are active, Doug. They're at war, as you know. I don't know where Hugo Posh is on the whole thing. Mr. Licks says, first day of Live Golf today. Going to be awesome to watch. Also, I'm excited for Kevin Na to shove it up Doug's ass. That's from Mr. Licks, a big Kevin Na guy. I didn't know there was one, but we've got one.
No, okay.
And the Orson Woods Wacko says, Iggy, I had your employment file pulled from St. Louis Country Club. Not pretty. That's from the Orson Woods Wacko. So there we go.
Gosh. You're still on file there? You've kind of tuned us out now, haven't you?
No, I speak Cletus, but I just, his text sometimes. Here's Cletus's text. See if you can make this.
That's not what we're talking about.
Well, that's what I was looking
wrote in.
I'm tired of the people talking about the weather and the breathing.
Well, no, this was about your employment file at St. Louis Country Club.
I missed it. What did it say?
They pulled up your employment file at St. Louis Country Club, and it wasn't pretty.
Morrison Woods Wacko.
I don't know what there is to pull up.
Your file.
Oh, I was a maitre d' and an assistant dining room manager.
Yeah, but it wasn't pretty.
Well, there's nothing to look at. I didn't get in trouble.
Some of the issues you had, I guess.
I had no issues at St. Louis Country Club.
Well, they let you go.
At some point, yeah. but I don't know what it was for. I used to work with a pastry chef from Bombay. His name was Mesfin. I thought I was going to get fired like 2 days after I started because that was that whole Clay Morgan's thing happened right before I got this job.
Thing.
Yeah, when I got arrested for promoting gambling. And
that was a popular bar there for a while.
And it was in the paper. So I get this job, and I'm waiting on, not really waiting, I'm, again, walking through.
Oh, sweet mother of pearl, what just happened, Bill? What, just somebody's cigarette lighter? Doug, is that your cigarette lighter?
No.
It was just a little bit of coffee. And I was pointing to Doug again.
It's going to make a mess for when Riggs is in here.
And
getting nervous already.
So I was working the card room, and the mayor of Clayton, who was a female, had the paper out. And that morning an article came out about the Clay Morgan's thing, and my name was in there. And I'm listening to these ladies talk, and they said, you better get this taken care of if you want to be reelected. And that whole thing was because of her. She's trying to get the place closed down because the people were complaining that their kids were coming home drunk on weekends, and they're like 18 years old. So that's what they did. They infiltrated the place with undercover agents trying to get underage kids, and the dude made 2 bets with me, and they constitute that as promoting gambling. But I thought if they recognized my name, wait a minute, he's one of the guys, I would have been fired quickly. But they didn't put 2 and 2 together.
They didn't recognize you were waiting tables at St. Louis Country Club.
No, I wasn't waiting tables. I was a maitre d/assistant manager.
Oh.
I really don't know why I got fired. I can't remember.
Maybe they did find out about that.
No.
Well, they found out about something. They don't just fire you.
I don't know. Maybe I did something. Maybe I yelled at Hubert Van Gent.
He probably had it coming.
Who would like that name for the text?
Tired of Van Gent and all his
antics. That sounds like old money if I've ever heard a name in my life.
No, he was the general manager. He was German. Heavy German accent. Hubert Van Gent. We didn't get along.
You didn't see eye to eye with Van Gent.
I would do things that, like I said, I had the directory, and one time I actually called August Bush out at
Doug, that's bad idea.
Out at Grant's Farm asking for baseball tickets.
Wow.
Holy dear.
And he said, no problem, Kenny. And then about 10 minutes later, his assistant called me and goes, you don't ever call Mr. Bush for tickets. He has no control over tickets. He owns the team. I can't believe you called asking for tickets. I got reprimanded for that.
I share the sentiment of the assistant.
I cannot.
I don't think I got fired for that, though.
At least you always had a great sense of self-awareness.
I don't know. Well, obviously he read my file. What did I get fired for?
Warson was wacko. You can call in 636-9004-TMA. Steve Schmidt.
No way my file is still there.
North County phone lines. That's how you can get involved. Hey, Father's Day is only, Doug, 10 days away, I guess, is my math correct? Yeah. Week from Sunday.
That seems right.
And what a perfect gift. I saw somebody got a sound story with Learn yesterday, and we haven't even begun our ad campaign.
Good.
On KC95. She did a hell of a job with Iggy's.
You'll enjoy it.
And Doug, of course, does them. I do them. You can go to mysoundstory.com, but you don't need to book and schedule. You can just get a gift certificate, and by using the promo code TMA, you get 10% off Sound Story gift certificate when you order it right now at mysoundstory.com. Use the promo code TMA. You get 10% off. It is a perfect Father's Day gift. MySoundStory.com, company I started a couple of years ago, still own and operate. It's MySoundStory.com. Set up an interview with Doug, set up an interview with Learn, set up an interview with me. But you don't have to worry about setting it up yet because you can just get the gift certificate and give that to your father for Father's Day, or for the ladies listening and you want to get something for your husband for Father's Day, perfect opportunity. Get it at mysoundstory.com and have stories for your family saved forever, told in your father's voice. mysoundstory.com, an absolutely perfect Father's Day gift. 10% off right now by using the promo code TMA. Jackson, tell the people about App Madness, because this is an opportunity for the listeners to get a chance to play golf with us at Gateway National and really kind of see my right-to-left ball flight. Michael Wellington couldn't believe what he saw last night. Doug, let's pull up my tee shot on number 1.
Oh.
The sun was starting to set. It's about 7:10, and as you know, that ball on 1, you're going right into the western sky, and he couldn't believe that right to left ball flight that I'm now using. And he said, "Wow, that was like one of Nagel's 4-irons with the distance." So
I don't know.
really kind of gave a good idea of how close I am to playing in the U.S. Open. The Chris Nagel's 4-iron goes as far as my driver. Jackson, tell the people about this app Madness.
No doubt. So in the time where you were talking about your right to left ball movement, I went on the TMA STL app, entered in Davenport, and entered myself in to win. That's how quick it takes. It's that simple. If you have the app and you have a profile, all you do is you click on your profile, you click that little graphic that says App Madness, you enter in Davenport, and bang, you're entered in to win a raffle where you could win a round of golf with the boys from TMA at Gateway National. It's that easy. So download the app if you don't have it, create a profile if you haven't created one, and then you just do what I just said, and bang, you're in. And you can use the app for listening to the show, watching us live on YouTube, watching all of our videos. You can send us messages. It's a great app. It's outstanding. It's a perfect TMA hub. Everything you would need. Balloon Party, the Tim McKernan Show, Pepper and Genie, obviously TMA. And you have a chance to win. We'll have great prizes throughout the month, different keywords each week, so stay tuned. And let's win this thing. Let's win at Madness and show Hubbard St. Louis who we really are, who our fans really are.
Doug, who are we?
I'm not sure we even know.
Bunch of horny, overweight dudes. Looking for strange.
Close
male or female.
Close to 1,400 entries.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I talked to Jess yesterday. She said our numbers look good.
Doug, there you go.
Okay.
There's a testimonial from us on our performance.
Look good.
Yeah, well, we're trying to win something here too. You can win golf with us this week, but we're trying to win the station thing. Mm-hmm. We're trying to be Riz.
And it's more important that we get what we want.
Thank you.
Well, they're going to get what they want.
I know.
Somebody's going to win.
Oh, sure they are.
We have to work at this.
Yes,
well,
we
our
do.
listeners have to work at it. We only win if the listeners get in there and sign up.
That's correct.
So this is
we
on
can't
the
control
listeners. Doug, this is strictly
It
on
is.
Us winning is on the listeners, yes.
Oh, if we lose, they're going to be on the Davenport, right behind a potted plant, and we're going to cuck the hell
We're going
out
to be
of them.
cucks to another station.
We have faith in our listeners that they'll come through. Just keep downloading the app.
So just download the app and create a profile and listen. And
Done.
win this contest. What's it going to be like when you're out there playing golf with us and, you're around that much star power?
Bring your sunglasses for
And
sure.
you're going to get your money's worth because I hit 100 shots each
You're
round.
going to get to see the Plowhawk attack.
So you're going to sit out there for quite some time
A lot of
and
swinging,
really be forced to, quote unquote, enjoy the round.
Yeah. Whether you
as
want
I'm
to or not.
slapping it around.
You go into the woods with Plowsy, look for a honey hole.
Oh, that'd be
Who knows what's going to happen in there?
Oh, yeah, those honey holes.
You walk into the woods
Oh, yeah, that's why I wear a pant.
and you're looking for honey holes.
Smart play.
Oh, yeah, because regardless of where you hit it at in the woods, thick brush, there's always seems to be a trickle-down area, whether it be a hill or something that, like, the balls just gather up. That's, Doug, what we like to call a honey hole.
Where you can find some golf balls.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for in that honey hole.
Yep. Find some good ones, clean them up right there. Most carts have the ball cleaners right there, so you're ready to play.
You ever bring a retriever where you can scoop it out of the water?
I've never
holes?
had one of those before.
That's what the better players have.
Yeah.
I don't
That'll
know
pay
if
for
that's
itself.
true.
It pays for itself about the first round.
You pull out some of those balls, they're waterlogged. They've been in there for too long.
Well,
Stop Plowsy.
Oh, no. You think it matters to me? I'm hitting McGregor threes, bro.
A free golf ball just feels good.
I'm going to slap this one, and I don't care if it goes in the way.
Especially if it has someone else's name on it.
Fuelsy has a request. I don't know, Doug, if you're taking him. Tim, if we win, can we get some light or non-light hand play? Thanks. That's from Fuelsy. I'm up for that. I haven't used my hand on a guy in a while.
Oh,
too long. I don't think I've done it since the weather warmed up.
Well, now's the time.
Yeah.
When it's cold out, you worry about chapping.
I agree with you.
Well, maybe we get Cletus to play. He'll take care of you.
Nice. I'll feel good.
So that's what you want the prize to be?
Light hand play.
Yeah, he's never seen a gentleman he wouldn't service. That's a fact.
Oh.
Timmy, is it percent growth? Most of us public school poors got the app already because we aren't blessed with HD2 in our 2010 Camrys.
Yeah.
That's from the Holly Hills Hustler.
Yeah.
Yes, it is percent growth because, if it were I mean, the Rizzuto show has a 20 share. Doug, can I explain a 20 share to the audience?
Okay.
I think we did the other day, but it would be, yeah.
No, a refresher. That means 1 out of 5 people listening to the radio, streaming, in their cars, whatever the case might be, in the St. Louis metropolitan area are listening to that show. That is a monster. That is a behemoth.
Is it?
It's Alabama football is what it is. And on top of it, as I've said many times, but I'll continue to say it because I want to drive the point home, everybody on that show is a great guy.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have like
some of the people we have.
I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
So, so if you're just doing that, nobody in the building would have a chance. So it's percent growth. It's percent growth.
All right.
So we have 14 listeners.
Right.
And so if we add 50% growth, wow.
Nice little growth.
Now, for the Rizzuto show, that'd be like, they'd need 100,000 or something. So therefore, that's the... I hope that explains it. Guys, if Riggs comes in studio, can we get the camera view that we see during the breaks? It's from the 314.
Overhead shot? We
the
can
overhead
do that.
shot, yeah. We can?
Uh-huh.
Is that? I didn't know we had the option. I thought it was like automatic, Jackson.
No,
we can overhead it.
Yeah, you can stop it on
Still
auto.
hasn't gotten back to me. That's why I'm so concerned, and I was hesitant to say something. I mean, he DM'd me yesterday at 11:23, saying 9 a.m. Thursday, and we were talking about playing golf, but he can't do it on Friday, so we're not going to play. But and then I followed up saying, "Are you good to come in studio?" And I haven't heard back. So that's one of the things. It's like I don't know.
He's a pro's pro, though. If he says 9 a.m. Thursday, I feel like that's a guy who puts a.
I would like to think so, but hey, I'm sure he's busy. I'm sure he's got things going on. We don't do a whole lot of guest booking on this show or on Balloon Party, and this is one of the reasons why. Because you're just kind of at the mercy of the thing.
Yeah, especially with like balloon parties. Sometimes it's like there's such tight windows. We're only on for an hour. It's a tight window to get somebody, and a lot of times people, especially in media, are flying around to different places, and it's hard to catch.
Do we have Dan on today?
Dan, we do not because of the day game.
I was about to say. I was thinking that.
Yeah, I texted him yesterday. He's like, day game tomorrow. I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Doug, the Cardinals lost last night.
Yeah, they
Corey
lost
Kluber.
badly. Yeah, 11-3. Forgot
He'll
how
be
many
a
outs.
Cardinal in a month.
Forgot how many
Corey
outs.
Kluber will be a Cardinal in a month?
Well, they may need him.
Bye, Gorman.
I think Patty O'Houlihan, I think his time is up.
No, Packy Naughton.
His time is up.
Not O'Houlihan.
Him and Dickerson.
Patches O'Houlihan.
Trash and Trash McGee over there.
And Trash McGee.
He had 5 pitchers yesterday, and only one didn't give up a run. That was Yachty. How about that?
He had a strikeout, too. Super cool.
Who did he K? I saw him strike the guy
A Rosarena?
I thought it was a Rosarena.
No, I don't think it was Rosarena.
I thought it was a Rosarena because I was looking to try to find it.
Here, I'll pull it up. It was. It didn't seem like the most effort was put into the at bat, to be honest with you.
No, that's sad when the other team's not even trying to score anymore.
I watched the replay. I believe he struck out on purpose.
Yeah, there's no way Yachty. I mean, it was like a 76 mile. I mean, was it even that?
I think it was like a 58-mile-an-hour slider that just kind of hung up there, and he just whiffed like a grade school kid.
If that guy wanted to bomb it, he would have bombed it.
We have audio of the strikeout. Here we go. Take a listen.
All right, hit the lever, Plowsy.
Behind the runner. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Yadier Molina.
Little gas right there. Kisner with the ball.
He'll throw that out. He's got his first ever strikeout.
That was effortless. 76.
Isaac Paderas.
That jug's goes off.
Yeah, I understand why you got to put a position player out there. I think it's fine. It's okay. I don't understand why everyone thinks it's the funniest darn thing they've ever seen in their life.
Yeah, we've seen it enough now to where it's like it doesn't need to be a big thing.
Yeah, everyone's just laughing hysterically.
Like Yachty's like a 39-year-old man. I'm sure he's thrown him.
He's played baseball his entire life. He ought to be able to stand on a mound and throw the ball over the plate.
Like if we're pulling someone out of the 400 section with a helmet notch on one
That'd be
head,
different.
okay,
Yeah.
tweet about it. I'm watching it as well.
Right.
But, we've seen position player pitches so much this year, more so than I've ever seen. Not just the Cardinal pitches in baseball in general.
Right.
And it's smart. Don't waste your pitchers on a 7, 8, 9-run game.
No.
Doug, wasn't it your idea for in the 7th inning to have released the Hoosier?
Yes.
At that stadium?
Yeah.
Still, I'm on board with that. That'd be so freaking
Would liven
funny.
things up. Put him in one of those bullpens.
Doug
Raise
Chubbs
the gate. There he goes.
Chubbs Peterson regarding Riggs not responding to the question on whether or not he's coming in studio at 9 a.m. Chubbs Peterson says, "Don't worry, ID him every time he comes back to St. Louis, and I'm a .1 handicap, and he never responds.
Oh, you're not
Well,
a .1
there's so many layers of embarrassment
This Chubbs Peterson.
that is laced in that message.
I'm so tired of Chubbs chirping.
Yeah.
To be clear, I'm communicating with him not because I want to hang out, but to book him on the show.
Handicap never came up in the conversation.
Didn't mention my index. I'm not at Chubbs' level, Doug, right now. I'm
No.
5.6.
Those people aren't.
Dangerous 5.6, though. Iggy's a dangerous 18.9 or something like that.
Imagine Chubbs is like emailing him the link to his like Grint account.
Oh.
I think I'm down to 17.6.
Doug, is he a 17.6
I
or an
don't
18?
have any idea.
Pretty
How are you going to watch the tournament?
I won't watch it. I'll be watching the Cardinals again. My son Greg was at the game last night in Tampa. He said when Molina went to the mound, the Cardinal fans stood up and cheered like it was Babe Ruth himself had come onto the field.
Yeah,
The love affair with Yachty is just
it's
overboard.
insane.
Yeah.
You see Randy Rosarina give that kid the bat? That was pretty cool. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I agree.
That was really awesome. And he was wearing a Yachty jersey. The kid was wearing a Yachty jersey.
Guys, once we lose in the wild card round again this fall, it'll be worth reflecting back and knowing this season was worth it since we got to watch Albert and Yachty strike some guys out in meaningless games. Yay, Cardinals.
Yeah.
Doug, he's out on the dirt bike. Little Tommy Tribbins.
What about McFarland forgetting how many outs there were?
That's fun.
Costing him a run. Bases loaded, 1 out, ground ball to the pitcher. He casually flips the ball to first base.
Starts running to the dugout.
And starts running to the dugout.
Yeah, how in the world does that happen?
How embarrassing is that?
I mean, we've all made stupid mistakes at work, all of us, and thankfully we're not on national television with 10 different camera
YouTube TV
shots of the thing. So as a guy, you got to say, I know you messed up. Sorry about that. Get him next time. But if he's capable of that kind of stupidity, I think you really got to wonder, is this a guy we want on the mound in crucial situations moving forward?
Who else are you going to pitch, though, man? They got they just do not have a lot of bullpen arms that are even trustworthy at all. And you really have 3 of them.
Yeah.
And that's a recipe for disaster when it comes to playoff times.
When I was a coach, I was constantly yelling to our fielders how many outs there were. 1 out, 2 outs. Remember, 2 out. But
the 2 out.
They were also 8 years old. And there were not 5 scoreboards all lit up with how many outs there are. That's really a bad thing to have happen to you.
We're a fourth of the way through the season. We're still using bullpen starts.
There's got to be a trade coming.
I know there was, Flaherty was hurt, but then you bring somebody up. You should have five starters, a 5-man rotation, not a bullpen start every 5th day.
I think it's a little scary that you don't really have a lot of great young arms in your system either. Like, Libator is it. He needs to work out because the Cardinals flipped the script like 5, 6, 8 years ago. It used to be all top pitching prospects. Remember Joe Kelly, Carlos Martinez, you had Shelby Miller. And now it's more offensive, which I like, but man, they don't have anyone in the system to call up to get 5 or 6 innings. That's a shocker.
Yeah. Despite losing a couple in a row, the Brewers have lost 5 in a row, so the Cardinals remain a half game back. Everybody in the National League Central, considered by some the SEC West in college football, is on a losing streak. And so the Cardinals have not lost any ground, losing these 2 in a row to the Rays. So, Doug.
Yeah, well, it hadn't been real pretty. But we'll get them today, and if we can just get hot.
And didn't they have Monday off?
Yeah.
So, and you still use a bullpen start? I mean, that just gave everybody an extra day of rest. You could skip that start and go. I don't get it.
No, standing room only there in Tampa, right?
No.
Yeah, I believe they had 54,000.
No, it wasn't.
Did they get over 10,000 ever? I can't, because it doesn't look like 10,000 people there. Now they can announce 15, 20,000, but man, that is dead.
The Rays rank in the attendance.
I would say they're ahead of the A's.
Yeah, they
Maybe
are.
the Reds, but Cincinnati's so boring.
Oh.
No, behind the Reds, they are 26th, averaging 13,704.
I feel like those are false. There's no way they've had 13,000 in that stadium.
And it's a huge market. There's a ton of people that live there.
Yeah.
And add in all the people there on vacation. It's just that everybody, or most people in Tampa, are from somewhere else, and that's not their team.
Mm-hmm. St. Louis currently in 2nd place in attendance, averaging 38,462.
Isn't that crazy that triple.
Yeah,
their attendance.
your markets in the top 5 are L.A., St. Louis, Atlanta, San Diego, and New York, followed by Chicago, Houston, L.A. again.
Right.
Well, that's good for Atlanta because they went through years where they couldn't draw flies.
Yeah. When they were great, too.
Yeah, moved the stadium, and now they got great attendance.
So you're saying Busch Stadium should be in Chesterfield?
Well, I wish it was, but it's not going to be, and fans show up regardless of where it is.
Imagine it being like in Lake St. Louis.
I could see that in another 20
That'd be
years.
kind of beautiful, though.
I could see Maryland Heights or something. Yeah. If people at some point are too scared to go downtown.
Plus, you get the weather vortex in Maryland Heights.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you got weird weather there. You'd have to have a dome.
That was
guys, when Jack Flaherty comes back, it'll be like making a trade. Jack, come on over to my house, and my wife will give you Weena Whack. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Grove.
He just wants to suspend
him. Recovering alcoholic from Webster, you've been suspended on behalf of Jack Flaherty. You've been suspended a period of 2 days' time, and your name right now as we speak is going into the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension logule. Thank you, Mark Milton, for being a wonderful sponsor for many years. You'll be saying, hey, I'm not guilty, I'm with Milty, if you have any kind of IRS problem.
Yeah, it's Mark Milton. Dangerous 21. He's a dangerous 21.
Yeah, he is.
I think I don't know if you track his stats, Doug, but his strokes gained around the green, problematic. But if he is on and he is striking that ball in his approach, he's going to win some money from you. He is very dangerous. But if he's got a little chipping problem, and I don't know do you think it's mental or do you think it's a technique issue when you watch his film?
I think it's just not having played enough. He's busy getting people out of jail who've got IRS problems. And he can stand on the driving range and hit the driver a country mile. But the finesse that comes from playing a lot, he just doesn't have it because he's too interested in his clients.
Yeah, and that's a mistake. He should focus on chipping.
Well, yeah.
I am. Sunday, I'm meeting Skip Bergmeyer out at Normandy at 5 o'clock. We're just going to chip and putt for...
Sorry, we got off.
We're going to short game. Well, you're talking short game. I'm saying it's very important for the member guest. I'm going to... Is that a new one?
No, it's still the same one.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so you change it up a little bit.
So, yeah, I'm taking the member guest seriously. I'm going to work on my short game Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Short game's a disaster right now.
Are you worried that you're going to play a little too much before?
I will never play too much.
Confident player, Doug. This guy's a confident player.
Oh, he sure is.
It's going to be a firm stroke, back of the cup, and it's just attacking.
Someone who calls August Busch personally to ask for tickets has got a lot of confidence.
Man, I was in my 20s.
Guys, if Busch Stadium moved out of downtown, it would officially kill the downtown, and I would have to back out of my season tickets. No chance the majority of fans wish it was in Chesterfield or Lake St. Louis. That's from the 314.
I would probably agree with that.
Did somebody say that the majority of fans wish it was in Lake St. Louis?
No one said that. I said it would be fun. It would be funny, too, in the same breath.
I'm saying it's not out of the realm of possibility within the next 20 or 30 years, unless something big time turns around in St. Louis. If it's so dangerous down there that people can't go, then they'll stop going.
I think someone bought the Millennium Hotel. Am I not
that
mistaken on that? I think there's a deal in place for that, which would be really cool. I do not know.
It's been owned by some Chinese company for years.
A lot of asbestos. Apparently, that would be a full gut job. I mean, obviously, but
apparently the round building made it difficult to rehab.
But that'd be fun, to get that up and run if it was a hotel or if they, change up and do something with it.
Well, it only sits between a baseball team that draws 3 million fans a year and a monument that draws over 1 million visitors a year.
I don't understand.
Maybe you could get a few people to stay there.
I've been here 9 years, and I think it shut down the year I moved here and has not been touched.
It used to be a happening place.
Crazy. But yeah, I think someone just bought that. Good for them.
Like, you want to buy that place and put our pizza stand there?
No, I don't.
All right, fine.
No, I don't.
Seems like an opportunity. All right, we'll close out the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Riggs scheduled to join us for full transparency. Has not responded to my DM with regards to whether or not he will be in studio, but he did say he would be on at 9 a.m. So... hey, Doug, I don't know. Is he going to be in studio?
None of us
At this
know.
point, I would say no.
I don't know how we could know.
But I believe he will call in, but even then, I don't know. So I get to catch some, I almost said the S word. I get to catch some hell.
No, you don't get to catch hell.
Iggy will take
he said
it
he would
for
come
you.
on. If he doesn't, that's his problem.
Yeah, but that's not the way that it works.
Does in my book.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, Tim, you're off the hook.
Right. Now, what about the Katie Nolan, producer Joe situation? How do you view that? Just to see if there's any form of consistency on this.
Well, the problem was she didn't call in, but there was no backup number. If I was a producer, I'd say we need a backup number in case we don't hear from you, and we didn't hear from her. And
Well, I should maybe ask for his
there was no
number.
place to call.
Lack of awareness.
Yeah, I would have. I would have said,
Squarely on Joe.
I said,
you got it. I mean, it's all fingers pointing.
He really fumbled the ball on that one.
I would have said, here's my cell. If you want, DM me your cell, and then we can just text back and forth what time you want to come in, and if you're coming in the studio. I always try to get a number right away.
Jackson, give me the percentages of Riggs being on the phone at 9, Riggs being in studio at 9.
Oh, sorry.
He's gone.
My bad,
there he is.
Well, we were about to take a break, so I shut off his mic. So okay. Yeah, my bad, Jay.
You're good. I'll say 70% chance he's on the phone. 25% chance he's in studio.
At this point, I'm going to take the under on the studio play.
Does he have an address?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Just I didn't know if that
But
was.
he would have DM'd me.
Yeah.
And I would say I'm at 65% that he's going to be on the phone.
Yeah.
I just don't like the lack of activity in the DM.
Right, and I'm feeling you on that. But the fact that he's like they book guests all the time, so he's kind of in the business of that. I feel like he would. I'm not saying like if he doesn't that he's like a bad person because everyone has busy schedules, but I feel like he more so than like an athlete would be more likely to join.
Think you going to lay into him if he stands us up?
It'd certainly be warranted.
No. Maybe he's got an excuse. I don't know. His grandma died.
Oh, you used to have that problem with the girl next door contest.
That's correct. It happened. It
happened the day of, too.
It was really the original pandemic.
Yeah, more seniors were losing their life than with COVID.
If I'd have set it up, I'd lay into him, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's...
Well, the way Joe tried to set up guests ultimately cost him his job in the business. That's why he's not.
No, I mean, yelling about not having enough T-shirts, telling a GM to F off is what got you fired.
Yeah, when you can park BMWs.
Joe disputes that he told him to F off. I think he disputes.
I was standing in the what we call
corroboration now.
What we call the producer's pit.
Which you heard?
That's where the work gets
done.
done.
It was like
right
caddy
there.
corner. It was caddy corner to the office, and he's screaming about they ran out of T-shirts. And I heard enough you. Now, granted, this is like 20 years ago. I could be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard, the screaming.
Yeah.
But,
they fired him right on
more
the spot.
power to him. I'd like to tell a lot of GMs to F off.
Did they fire
but
him
I wouldn't
right?
be upset over not having enough T-shirts at an event.
Did they fire him right on the spot?
I don't remember. I know he stormed out, and I think maybe he stormed out and they just said, don't come back. But I don't think he was fired then. I think maybe it was later. I don't know. Joe will text in and let us know.
Gosh, I wish we'd had more T-shirts.
Yeah, we were doing a remote from the McDonald's across from Ramey's Park.
Oh, yeah. Stopped there many times.
And I think we had 10 T-shirts.
No.
Martin looked like Jay Leno. The cat had a fade. They did pay tribute to my lopsided head. I look like Gumby.
Oh.
I mean, it looked like the Three Stooges.
And we ran out of the shirts within 10 minutes, and Joe was steaming demons.
Oh.
So were you guys inside the McDonald's?
Yes.
Oh, that's way wild.
It's the glamour of the industry that people don't understand.
That's a wild
remote ever.
When you hit the big time. Big time.
Chubbs Peterson is back. Doug, he told you he was a .1 handicap?
Yeah.
He says he's only in St. Louis about twice a year. He ain't showing up to the studio. Who wants to sit next to a 68-year-old piece of leather and talk about how jealous he is of Riggs' lifestyle? That's from Chubbs Peterson.
What's the deal with this Chubbs Peterson?
He's chirping.
Well, he's a +1 or .1. .1 Plowhawk?
Yeah, .1. I'm shocked with that personality that Riggs hasn't gotten back to him. Douche.
Yeah, but Doug, maybe we should go out and play with Chubbs Peterson. Watch this guy fire birdies. Maybe birdie about 4 holes, maybe 1, 2 bogeys, and the rest pars, I guess.
Half the battle with golf is having fun, and at the moment, I don't know if I'd have a ton of fun with Chubbsies.
What if he wins the App Madness?
Well, then we'll have to. I'll put a smile on, baby.
Time to shut down the Munganess 7 o'clock hour. It's 8:28. Iggy, I apologize for cutting you off. Will Riggs be in studio in the next 32 minutes? I'm going to bet against it. Will he be on the phone? Boy, it's a tough one. I guess I'll say yes. At 9 o'clock, but I will take your hate mail if it doesn't happen. It's on me. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning.
So, TMA works for like a medium-sized corporation now, and they're asking us to do some Let's show them what kind of listeners TMA has. If you already have the app, make a profile. If you don't have the app, download it. And if you have the app but don't have a profile, you get what we're talking about. We'll have a new contest each week in June. This week, win a round of golf with TMA at Gateway National. Pretty cool, huh? There'll be a new keyword sent to you each week on the TMA app. Use it each week to enter the contest. You can only enter through the app. That's how corporate wants it. Help TMA kiss corporate's ass and make them look good. All right? Find out more at TMASTL.com. The Fan Page Club Championship at Gateway National Golf Course, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, is officially underway. A bunch of guys went out in the heavy wind conditions and complained about the rules. People got eliminated. You can't even come out and see the tournament, but you can follow it on social media. Check out TMA STL on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the updates and videos of guys making like triple bogeys to win the hole. Pretty dumb stuff. Brought to you by The Morning After and Michelob Ultra.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with Ryan Kelly, and if there's one thing I know about you, Ryan, you keep it 100.
Man, that sounds so good. If you're VA eligible, you can buy a house with 100% financing. That means no money down. And if you want to refinance, you can cash out 100% of the appraised value. That means more money. Our interest rate's always 100 times better. If you're VA eligible, get the loan that you've earned. I'll pay for your appraisal, get you the lower rate, and close your VA loan as little as 21 days. Apply online today at HeroLoan.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
There's a new whiskey in town, Fistful of Bourbon's the name, and going down easy is their game. The kin behind Fistful has spent over 100 years concocting the finest blend of 5 whiskeys this side of the Smokies, making it the smoothest bourbon your mouth will ever feel. This is the kind of complexity that can only be accomplished with good old-fashioned hard work and sound alchemy. Get wise. Pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy Fistful responsibly. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Nice.
Firecrackers bursting, fireworks going off tonight. You and I are standing here watching the lights, surrounded by people gazing at the night sky. Alright, there's friends and family and people you don't know. They're all lined up to switch it up on you guys. Have a little breakdown.
Thanks for the heads up.
There's firecrackers in the sky.
Like Marshall Mathers.
A bottle rockets on the 4th of July. Roman candle wars in my backyard. Run for me and you won't get too far. Sparklers, screamers, and streamers. Cherry bombs, smoke bombs with your moms. Kids playing with the poppers in the street. Burning them snakes all over the concrete. It's our 4th of July, so let's celebrate. Get your friends and family now. Don't you be late. It's a
Ryan Kelly Morning After. Appliance Discounters, 8 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE, Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Plowhawk, Action Jackson. Iggy had to leave today, and he will be back tomorrow for tomorrow's weekending show.
Really? He had an important engagement? Or he's just late to come back?
Oh, we won't see him till Riggs at 9.
I would think so.
Riggs has not responded to my DM. Candidly, I'm concerned.
Yeah, it doesn't look good now.
I'm concerned.
No, I'd say no.
Only 25 more minutes.
He probably went out last night and he's sleeping in.
I'm concerned. I am concerned. That's what I would tell you about.
If you were in from out of town and you were a partying type of guy, where would you tell people to go in St. Louis on a Wednesday night?
Well, Doug, it's a good question. I like it. Let's say what is the age of the person and what is their
how old
demographic?
is Riggs?
What do you think?
36?
Yeah, I'd take the under. Probably.
I would go 33.
Yeah, I think he's like your age.
All right, 30-ish.
Man,
I believe he's a
30-ish.
single gentleman. I don't know. I've never met him. We've communicated, but
where would you send him on a Wednesday night? A couple people from out of town.
Man, I am so out of the loop.
Let's go Soulard. Bar hop a little bit.
Like, are you looking for that ass?
If you're looking for that ass?
Yeah.
Still Soulard.
No, go to the Foundry, homie. Ooh.
Yeah.
Foundry, homie.
Ooh.
Is that right, Plowman?
Went there the other
what's
day.
Doing? Tell me what's doing.
I mean, they got these new shorts out now for the females. They're basically workout booty shorts. There were a ton of them out there.
Yeah, like shorter biker shorts.
Man, yeah, there's some honey bunnies and a lot of groups of females, not like chicks with a boyfriend. I highly doubt it. Not the Foundry.
Isn't that like a grocery store?
Yeah, maybe at the Fresh Time Market. No, the Fresh Time Market's like right above it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so it's like the big long strip. There's a bunch of little, shops and whatnot and drinks.
So that's open and thriving, you're saying?
It was packed to the gills when I was there.
Really?
Absolutely jam-packed. So, I mean, that's the first time I was there. Yeah. If you want to find some honey, that's probably where I'd send them.
They got a mini golf course there, right?
I didn't see that.
And this even for nightlife? Are you talking about daytime shopping or is this nightlife?
I would say we went there like 5:30. So, I mean, it's
not nightlife yet.
I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's nighttime. I think they close at 8, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah.
So that wouldn't be where you'd send him for nightlife.
Guys, Doug, I'd send him to the Cybergs of Dorset. That's some
I've been there.
Popping. Always popping.
Yeah, that's a fire one. Is that connected to the hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
Juan from PP. Now, Juan from PP Corp would know. He's got sick flow right now, too. At least the last time I had lunch with him a few months ago, and he had sick flow, and I was very jealous. O.B. Clark's, Billy G's, The Hangar, Chavez. That's a place to hang out and booze. I like going there for a delicious... is that right, Plowhawk?
Chavez and Soulard is the spot. Cheap drinks.
Yeah.
Not the best patio
He
area.
says after the party, it's the hotel lobby, and after the Bellevue, then it's probably Chris, and after the original, it's probably this Fiesta. Doug, is that R. Kelly 2000?
I don't know. I don't know what.
And then
year,
Nelly's in there.
I don't know the years, Tim.
I think in the remix. I think it was the remix. So that's right. Chavez is a pony.
Yeah, I love it. Soulard, it's
like
fun.
it's a place where people go and get intoxicated.
I mean, I go there to eat and I get a little tipsy, but I could see where that spot you could, post up for a couple hours and be fine.
I want to post up at Molly's. That's kind of
Guys, Plowboy, isn't City Foundry a food court?
That's what I said. I was
why
like,
would you find girls at a food court? That's from Wolf Boy.
It's like restaurants and like a grocery store.
No,
we reached the point in St. Louis that the best place to hang out's a food court.
Bro, City Foundry ain't no food court.
Flip that off.
But there's like 20 restaurants there, no?
I didn't say it was a speed dating area, but I'm saying if you want to find honeys, I saw a lot of honeys at City Foundry.
Okay, that's where I think our disconnect is, because I think the question was, where would you send someone from out of town to go for Nightlife, and you said City Foundry, and I was confused because I thought it was kind of a food court.
No, like Riggs is single. We kind of made that the emphasis, and so
Right,
if you're
okay.
single, I'm not saying, like I said, it's not a speed dating area, but there is like a lot of shops. The food court is like inside, to where you can find some Vietnamese dishes, some donuts, waffles. You got a lot of different food items that you can buy there. Yeah, there were some. Yeah, in there is where you find the serious eaters.
Pop me down again, Plowsy.
Yeah, you got it. Outside of that, though, there's a bunch of shops, women walking around. You could certainly, buy them a drink, have a conversation, maybe buy them a handbag.
Good news, Doug. DraftKings Cal is on the line, and he wants to talk about it.
I hope he's speeding up his delivery these days.
It's not even worth taking.
Yes, Cal.
Steve Schmidt, Kia, North County.
Man, y'all just got really quiet.
Well, we're not that excited about your call, frankly.
No, I can hear you fine until I actually go on the air, and then I just can't really hear you.
Well, other people have said that too.
No, a caller yesterday said just the opposite. You guys are really low until I get on the air. So which is it?
Can you hear us now?
I can hear Jackson right now. Is Jackson not on the air? I can hear him talking to Mark Hanna.
Oh, no.
Really?
Who's he talking to?
Mark Hanna.
Wait, his mic is off.
Now can you hear him?
Why'd you call?
Yeah,
you have something to talk about?
Hey, Jackson, I can hear you talking to Mark Hanna. You guys can bump him up if you want.
Why don't we just turn you down?
What's up? You can pop. What's up? What's happening?
He can hear you talking to Mark Hanna somehow.
But you were off, and now I can't hear Cal when I put him on.
We're living in wild times.
Yes, hello, Cal.
How do I get my mitts on one of those Kevin Na shirts?
I don't think we have any.
Doug, did we start doing a Kevin Na shirt at tmastlshop.com?
I don't think
didn't
so.
know about that, Jackson.
No.
Yeah. I was gonna surprise you.
One more thing. This is an IT question. My Davenport promo code isn't working.
Oh.
Aren't you living in Texas?
Yeah, it says it's not available in my area.
Right. So if you were to win the contest, how would you come to St. Louis? You know what I'm saying?
I would fly to St. Louis. I'm actually going to be there next week.
All right.
Yeah, we're not playing next week.
VPN it.
Okay, I would come in for it though. Is there a way we can, I don't know, tap into my IP address and switch some things around?
You're a smart guy. VPN it.
I don't think I can do that with the app though.
I don't know. I'll let me see what I can find.
Jackson's exhausted.
No, I'm gonna send an email right now. See what I can do. I like DraftKings.
All right, let me know on the Kevin Na shirt.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
All right, I gotta go. See ya.
All right, sorry to bother you.
Scram.
Is that what he called in for? To do a bit?
Dude, when I turned Jackson on, I couldn't hear anything.
Heard that one before.
Now what's in your mouth?
I got an airhead.
Oh. Okay.
I can't believe you heard him talking to Mark Hanna, though.
That's kind of nice. I didn't think anyone was listening. We were talking crap.
He was.
Yeah, but I don't think he's supposed to be able to hear that.
What are you going to do?
Well, his mic was off, too.
Yeah,
Someone
that's
crossed
my
the
motto.
wires.
Jackson's adopting Iggy's. Doug, I'm getting concerned. It's 8:42. I haven't heard back from Riggs.
Maybe he'll just call in.
Well, he doesn't know the number. God bless America.
Well, if he does call in, is he even going to be able to hear us?
I know. Now we got that, and then he's going to be able to hear Jackson's conversations back there.
Well, we just heard Cal. That's fine. Just
took a while.
No, he was there the whole time. We heard his car noise. Well, if he calls in, he calls in.
We've had some really good calls in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I like where we are with our phone calls. Here's one. His name's Mark Hanna, and he's on the line. He's with Evergreen Wealth Strategies.
Oh, that's
Hi, Mark.
good. Yellow hands.
Straight downhill from here, boys. I'm not going to add to I'm not going to improve on things. I promise you that.
Oh, well, you've dispensed an awful lot of key advice.
Amen.
Over the years.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. It's my credo. Yeah. Penny save, penny earn. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm in deep. I'm in deep. Christy Brinkley was in the pool, Doug. You think she was really naked in that scene?
Probably not.
Bodysuit.
Bodysuit, really? I was trying to freeze the frame to see if I could see anything, and I never could.
Did you?
I think I've
when
done
I was
that.
like 7.
I think I've done that.
Did you see anything?
I think it was a bodysuit.
It doesn't have a whole lot to do with financial advice, so does it?
Well, let's just go ahead and start with you. Mark it down 300. What's going on? What do I do?
Now, why does Doug sound like he's screaming and doesn't have an idea of what the audio levels are?
It's down 158 today.
There you
That's
go.
all.
Off by half.
But Mark's going to tell you to calm down. That's what he's going to tell you.
All right, so just still
Calm
remain
down.
calm.
Have a financial plan so that you can go on a vacation, so that you can go out to the pool and you can jump in with Christy Brinkley, who is oddly and inexplicably aroused by your presence.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
was
you
a whole
do.
thing that they never really. She was into Clark W. Griswold for some reason.
Immediately, yeah. Just pass him on the highway.
Even when he was eating that pea-covered sandwich.
Yeah, that's right. The dog. What was that dog's name?
Sparky? No, that was what she called him. I'll look it up.
What was the dog's name?
We have a sponsor from the show.
Wasn't it Mud?
Trying to talk about his
Dog's
business.
name was Mud?
And we're worried
I
about the
thought
name
so.
of a dog from a movie 40 years ago.
Didn't they take the dog for a drag and the police officer had to go back and scrape up the carpet?
An unfortunate ending.
Dinky.
Doug, there it was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that now.
Played by Popeye.
Okay. Dog has a stage name.
Doug, remember that little hermaphrodite who popped up from under the bed and somewhere under the rainbow named Panther? Looked like alfalfa, though. Fun scene.
Boy, what about the stock market?
That's like a Mad Lib.
I'm concerned about the market. Apparently no one else is. Everyone else is
Because
just
everybody
fine.
else listens, Doug, because you don't listen. And I might suspend you. I won't actually.
Oh, my God,
suspend you,
Mark
but
could
I'm
suspend
tempted
you.
to suspend you for not listening.
Oh.
Don't worry about the market day to day. Have a plan and stick to the plan. It's that simple.
All right, I've been worried about it for 6 months. And it's been rough.
Oh, you've been worried about it for longer than that, my friend.
Yeah,
and I've been
but
telling
really,
you, every time you can't know what's going to happen day to day. Long term, it works out. You have a plan for the short term, like we just got set up for you. We got a plan for the long term, like we just got set up for you. And that way you can see your way through these times when we're going to have this inevitable temporary volatility. And no matter what, bad market short term, good market short term, you're going to be fine because long term you've got the right plan. That's what the planning process is about, and that's what I build for every single person I talk to.
Okay. So I should rest easier.
That's the idea. Rest easier so that you can go on a cross-country vacation to a closed theme park that you should have looked up online to make sure that they had availability, but you were too distracted with the triptych to do it. Wait a minute. What year is it? I'm very confused all of a sudden.
What year did that come out? 82, 83?
Something like that. Something like
Good
that.
imagery of St. Louis. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Good.
Lost his tires.
Bad beat.
Could happen. I don't think you could do that today, being politically correct. I don't think you can make that scene.
Yeah, ASPCA would really come after you for that dog situation.
Yeah, that too.
Popeye.
Popeye was the name of the dog, Doug.
Okay. And they had to change his name
That's
to make
correct.
it more realistic.
And then Gone Girl, the cat's name was Cheeto. The actor cat, Cheeto.
Now, was Toto's name really Toto in The Wizard of Oz?
I'm about to
Nice
find
question.
out.
We'll find out for
There was
you.
a cat in Gone Girl?
Yeah, Bleecker. Played by Cheeto.
I'm going to request a deep dive on the podcast for this.
Oh, yeah, I
Other
could really go into it.
Film animals. Does
Yeah,
Jackson
give
know
me
about?
a deep dive request, especially for episode 500 as a sponsor. I don't know what I could go into. I don't know what the hell I could go into. I'll go into it. I don't know.
Best MFS scenes.
Wow. The Chasey Lane oil scene, but there was no guy in that one.
It dealt with oil prices?
That's correct. Her and Kylie Ireland.
I'm worried about those too.
Uh-oh. Mark, you want to tend to oil prices for Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is remarkable. That's one of those things that I talk about a lot that I remember a few years ago that when oil prices were going down, the markets, for some reason, started to go down because it meant that corporate profitability was down. But if you think about what oil fundamentally is, as we're experiencing right now, it's a cost to businesses. So if oil prices go down, shouldn't that make other businesses more profitable and drive stock prices up? Now, I offer this as an example to demonstrate how difficult it is to look at any one variable of the economy and match it up to what happens with investment markets. They are not aligned perfectly. They are definitely correlated. One relates to the other. But the point is, you can't guess in the short term because we are always going to have shocks like oil. We're always going to have shocks like money supply, like taxation. There are always going to be these dynamics, and we can't know what's going to happen next. And so I've been doing this a very long time, and what I can tell you is nobody can forecast it consistently. So if you're constantly trying to guess about what's coming up around the next corner, sooner or later it's going to bite you. So don't do that. Have a plan, get your investments diversified, have your taxes planned for, the legal issues surrounding money, the insurance considerations handled right. Tie all of it together rather than get distracted by this temporary noise. And I keep on coming back to that and hammering on that, not just here, but when I talk to people one-on-one. These are the themes that really drive things in the long term. And so don't allow for external factors to change your planning choices. Stick to the plan and let the plan drive the decisions.
Look at that. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. Thank you, Mark.
Stay classy.
All right,
Doug,
thank you,
we are 10 minutes away from Riggs' scheduled appearance here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, and I have not received a direct message. I have DM'd him the station's phone number. I'm concerned, candidly. And, hey, listen, I'm going to have to own this one. And this is going to be a tough one to own because I think the audience was excited for Iggy and Riggs to get a chance to talk. I actually thought he was coming in studio, but at this point now, I think it's we got a problem on our hands.
Right. Do we have a Mount Rushmore of guests who have stiffed us?
Janine Lindemulder has to be George Washington. She was dealing with sciatica.
Yeah, she had that. I mean, she had no cell phone service in the woods.
Right.
Although she
Katie
was...
Nolan. Alec Ogletree called in, but it was not him.
Well, the fake one actually turned out to be better than the real Alec Ogletree. Remember that Alec Ogletree, the real one, called about 10 minutes later, and we realized, oh, wow.
Ryan Terrio said he wanted to eat Doug's underpants.
Oh. Yeah, that was a fake one, too. We actually never got Terrio on after that. So that was it.
I have his number. We can call him right now if you want.
Ryan Terrio on and replace Riggs?
Tim, I tagged you in something on Twitter.
I actually just noticed that. I'm like, who in the hell's Avatar
I didn't know
is that?
how
I'm
to
like,
bring
oh,
it
that's
up.
the
I
plow
figured
boy.
you would want.
No, I've seen it. I was biding my time here. The PGA Tour has responded. They were waiting for the balls to go in the air at the Live Golf Tour, and then immediately, once the first ball went in the air, this was sent out to media. PGA Tour members, I wish to provide you with an update and share information regarding the current and former PGA Tour players who are participating in the Saudi Golf Leagues. Of course, again, that is not the name of the Live Golf Tour, but the Saudi Golf Leagues event in London today. Thank you for your trust, patience, and loyalty. We have followed the tournament regulations from start to finish in responding to those players who have decided to turn their backs on the PGA Tour by willfully violating a regulation. It goes on for a number of paragraphs, but the point is these players are done. They are suspended. They can't get sponsorship exemptions. They are out. And so that...
How long?
Let's see. Simultaneous to you receiving this memo, the players listed below are being notified that they are suspended or otherwise no longer eligible to participate in PGA Tour tournament play, and that goes into including the President's Cup and then all of the different tours. As you know, the players listed below did not receive the necessary conflicting event and media rights releases or did not apply for releases at all, and their participation in the Saudi Golf League / Live Golf event, they called it the Live Golf event, is in violation of our tournament regulations. The same fate holds true for any other players who participate in future Saudi Golf League events in violation of our regulations.
Man, they are nervous.
Well, they should be, because their business model is in jeopardy.
And they include the players who resigned, but they've made sure to mark that these players told us that they resigned, but we're still going to suspend them.
You can't quit. You're fired.
Well, they've kind of changed their rules, haven't they? Because it used to be, they would give releases to players who wanted to play in tournaments outside the U.S. The weeks that they're playing. And they went against that and said, we're not giving you a release. So they kind of changed that. I mean, and I think it used to be you'd only have to get a release if you wanted to play in a tournament up against the PGA Tour if that tournament was in the States. They've never had a problem letting people play overseas up against a PGA Tour event.
Says these players have made their choice for their own financial-based reasons, but they cannot demand the same PGA Tour membership benefits, consideration, opportunities, and platforms as you. The expectation disrespects you, our fans, and our partners. You have made a different choice, which is to abide by the tournament regulations you agreed to when you accompanied the dream of earning a PGA Tour card and, more importantly, to compete as part of the prominent organization in the world of professional golf. We'll probably have more questions. What's next? Can these players come back? Can they eventually play PGA Tour champions? Trust that we are prepared to deal with those questions, and we will approach them in the same way we have throughout this entire process, by being transparent and respecting the PGA Tour regulations that you helped establish. So there it is.
All right.
And there it is.
Okay.
Super hella petty, but...
Hella petty.
Oh, you like that?
You got to take a stand, I guess, if you're the PGA, but it just...
You got to fight back to try to save your business, I suppose.
These are independent contractors, man, and I'm sure they will find really good lawyers that have dealt with employment law in the past and will just instantly wipe this email.
I would tell you, my thought is what this is going to do is going to actually improve the lives of golfers who are not in the top 50 in the world substantially when this is all said and done. I think that I don't know. I wonder why. I'd be curious about this. Probably wouldn't get an answer on the record about it. But I mean, maybe it's because it's the business model. It's more effective. It lowers your expenses. Why these guys are independent contractors. There's never been a threat of competition. And so now they may have to employ them and then put them under contract. The whole issue for a lot of these guys is you don't make a cut. You actually lose money that weekend. You know, you imagine if like the Cardinals lost a game, they lost money by going to Tampa Bay, and then on top of it, they don't own their name, image, and likeness. So I think the PGA Tour, from a legal standpoint, is in a spot here, but it may force them to make changes.
Oh, I would think.
I think the change they'll make, and it's kind of like tennis. I mean, tennis, you're an independent contractor too. But I think if you're in a tournament, even if you lose in the first round, you make money.
Yeah, you need a base.
Golfers, I'm sure at some point what they're going to switch is, if you're in the field, even if you miss the cut, the people that miss the cut are going to make money.
Like if you give somebody a $65,000 salary, and that's, I mean, you know, that's in terms of what the PGA rakes in on an annual basis, that's, you know, very small amount. That would entice players, maybe. I know it's not live golf money where you get $250,000 just showing up, and the PGA Tour can't do that, or they'd be out of business. But I could see that would be a fun way to change it up a little bit. It wouldn't be a drastic change. It wouldn't be a huge dent to the PGA, but it would, you know, get their players under contract for future, you know, leagues that are be.
Or if they just guaranteed everybody who enters a tournament $5,000. If you get cut, you get $5,000. That would at least cover your travel costs.
Well, that's what I said. And what's going to happen is next year they will probably just up purses to the sponsors. They'll go to the sponsors, say, look, we need to do this. You know, we're losing players. So the purse is going to be an extra $100,000, $200,000 next year. The players that, you know, the 70 or 80 that miss the cut are going to make this much money, 10,000, whatever. I think that's the route they'll go.
It's amazing that caddies are salaried, but the player that they're caddying for are not.
Really?
Right? Isn't that what Wellington said? Didn't Wellington say that caddies are salaried, or is that based upon the players paying?
What are you? I'm not sure what you're talking.
I think he was talking about.
Live, or are you talking about a PGA?
I thought he said that caddies were currently salaried in that with the percentage.
In the PGA or in Live?
PGA, but I think he mentioned guys like LaCava and Bones. They probably had a salary were paid by their guys.
Right.
I don't.
But they are by their guys, not by the
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, not salary
player
for
did
PGA,
that.
but yeah, okay. That makes.
But I'm not even sure.
Percentage of winnings.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that a little majority of players have salaries other than the big names.
Doug, we're 2 minutes away from Riggs supposed to be on the show. I haven't heard anything, and it looks like I have failed, and I have to take ownership of it.
It can't be your fault. Iggy, will you die on the sword on this one?
I bet he gets back to you at some point in the 9 o'clock hour when he comes on.
Imagine Tim after balloon party. Tommy goes, "I'm going to need a seat in my office."
Time to part ways.
Yeah, you can't promote a guy like Riggs, and when you get stiff, that makes you look bad.
We didn't even make it 6
Buying the home
months.
in Jupiter by 3 o'clock today. Yeah, I don't know what to say. So
I'm with Plowsy in the fact that
I'm legitimately surprised based on our communication.
that for these guys call to get people on all the time. What if they got stiffed?
But he hasn't officially done it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's got all the tells.
That was Jackson, by the way, not me. I have to give
Jackson.
Jackson credit. He came up with that.
Well, I mean,
that guy's book guest. He dealt with
right, but
issues.
it's also a podcast. They have a much more wide.
But they still are at the mercy of booking guests and these guests coming on.
No doubt.
So they should know how it feels if they're going to be a guest and then they say no and don't show up. So that's why I said I still think at some point you'll get a DM from him and he'll join us at night, sometime in the 9 o'clock
We'll
hour.
find out. It's coming up. Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. This is the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Welcome aboard to another new sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. The summer heat is here, and that makes it the perfect time to train for a new career. One that gets you out of the weather and into a career you will love. IT and Centric can help you train for that career in IT in just 4 months. In 4 months, you can be in a new career. Want a career with unlimited opportunity? That's IT. Want a career where you can work from home? That's IT. Want a career where you don't give a flip whether it rains or it's sunny and 99 degrees? That's IT. And Centric can make that happen for you. Even if you have no IT experience, if you're not happy with your job, call Patrick Nealon at Centric Training today, and he'll walk you through Centric's hands-on program and show you how they help get you started in your new IT career. Then the only time you have to worry about the weather is when you have baseball tickets. 314-450-4714, or go to centric.com/STL. That's CENTRIQ.com/STL. Technology is the future of St. Louis, and Centric can make it your future. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Comes your way at 9:45 the morning after at InsideSTL.com. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. Appliance Discounter, sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour. I've been communicating with Appliance Discounters. John Bradley and the staff there has been outstanding to work with. If you're in need of an appliance right away, you won't wait weeks at Appliance Discounters. They have an 80,000 square foot warehouse filled with GE appliances along with other brands. You can't wait weeks when your refrigerator, washer, or dryer go out. Come into one of their showrooms today and they'll deliver it tomorrow. If you're building or remodeling your home and don't need appliances right away, they can hold them for you. And remember, you can always shop online at ApplianceDiscounters.com. Appliance Discounter, sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. You're always welcome to get involved by texting in EDF, text inbox 314-881-TMA5, Engineered Design Facilities. And you are welcome to call in Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone line 636-9004-TMA. We'll take a commercial break. Maybe Riggs will be with us in Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Maybe not, Doug. I'm out of the guest booking business.
Oh,
I tried one. Okay. I do one a year, and if I go 0 for 1, I just got to show.
Yeah.
This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Ryan Kelly, I have to tell you this story. A friend of mine bought a house in Austin, Texas. And before he even moved in, the real estate agent said, hey, I'll give you $150,000 more than you just paid for that house before he even moved in.
Yeah.
But he said, no, I don't think I want the $150,000. I got to find a house to live. That's how fast they're going in some areas.
Absolutely. Some markets are hotter than others. Austin, you just named it. I mean, Austin, Texas, I know it well. We're a big lender down in Austin, and you can't find a home. So that's what happens is one house hits the market, it sells for $400,000, and then somebody offers you $500K for that right after. Denver's another hot one. St. Louis is right there as well, and many others. If you're even considering buying a home, we need to talk now. We need to get you pre-approved. We need to get you ready. So when that perfect house does hit the market, you can get in there, get your offer accepted. We can answer questions about credit score, interest rates, qualifications. Get all that done now. Get you pre-approved so you're ready to go. If you're even thinking about buying a house, let's talk now. And with the 21-day closing guarantee, I gotcha. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
The Fan Page Club Championship at Gateway National Golf Course, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it, is officially underway. A bunch of guys went out in the heavy wind conditions and complained about the rules. People got eliminated. You can't even come out and see the tournament, but you can follow it on social media. Check out TMA STL on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for all the updates and videos of guys making like triple bogeys to win the hole. Pretty dumb stuff. Brought to you by The Morning After and Michelob Ultra.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
So, TMA works for like a medium-sized corporation now, and they're asking us to do some Let's show them what kind of listeners TMA has. If you already have the app, make a profile. If you don't have the app, download it. And if you have the app but don't have a profile, you get what we're talking about. We'll have a new contest each week in June. This week, win a round of golf with TMA at Gateway National. Pretty cool, huh? There'll be a new keyword sent to you each week on the TMA app. Use it each week to enter the contest. You can only enter through the app. That's how corporate wants it. Help TMA kiss corporate's ass and make them look good. All right? Find out more at TMASTL.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Stream us on the TMA mobile app and at TMASTL.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama.
I noticed his voice got higher there toward the end.
Yeah.
And I liked it. It's like Celine Dion at the end of My Heart Will Go On. Titanic. It's wonderful.
And you have Teddy, FDR, Eisenhower. All of them did major things, but he didn't have anything to say about
Nothing about them, no.
I just...
How about that? There's a bunch of people walking behind us, none of whom is Riggs. Who are all these people, Jackson? You get to see them from your important Watkins
Barb,
studio.
Carrie, Pat Keeley.
Oh, our sales staff.
I think John was there as well. I saw them out front.
No Riggs, though.
They're probably just gathering around the studio to watch greatness.
Yeah, they said...
That's why they kept walking past our studio.
Stop at Riz Studios. It's Ryan Kelly Morning After. This is the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. My name is Tim McKernan. And there is a gala planned for my 20th anniversary in radio. And Doug expected to lead to Sapphic play.
You're going to want presents of some kind, no doubt.
He just opened the door and stared down the hallway with disgust.
No, it was just a group of people.
Yeah.
Plowsy and I saw 4 people walking in.
Thought one was Riggs.
No, I know what he looks like. And then there were 3 salespeople sitting out on the couch waiting. I guess as they were waiting for him, they all went down the hallway. So maybe he was somebody important.
I got nothing from Riggs, Iggy.
Yeah,
Riggs just retweeted something. Riggs just retweeted something. He's active on the Twitter tweets.
Well, retweet or respond. Where are you? Oh. That's not your style. It'd be my style.
Yeah. You start yelling at
you. Got time to tweet, but you don't got time to call into a show you promised to come on.
Oh.
Maybe he knows I'm on the show and he's
could be.
He's staying away.
Live Golf, by the way. While this everything's going on this morning here with this whole thing. Today's announcement by the PGA, this is from Live Golf, their response to the PGA Tour statement from a half hour ago. Live Golf already has theirs out now. Today's announcement by the PGA Tour is vindictive, and it deepens the divide between the Tour and its members. It's troubling that the Tour, an organization dedicated to creating opportunities for golfers to play the game, is the entity blocking golfers from playing. This certainly is not the last word on this topic. The era of free agency is beginning, as we are proud to have a full field of players joining us in London and beyond. Yeah. So they're getting their lawyers ready.
A full field of golfers that you've heard of 6 of them. I'd like to see the guys that did get in, the names of those guys, because some of these players that are in this field, God, I feel sorry for the other 100-something that didn't get picked. I mean, they've just got to be nobodies.
I saw a little snippet of a press conference that 2 golfers, I forget the golfer's name that were up there, and the reporter was asking him things like, if Putin had a golf tournament, would you play there
Lee
too?
Westwood. Lee Westwood.
What did Westy have to say?
He was like,
well,
we're not
interest in that.
They were just like, we're not going to answer hypothetical questions.
Yeah.
It was like, well, it was more of a moral question. Phil was getting absolutely grilled up there.
He answered none of them.
Yeah,
he talked, but he didn't really answer the question.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Uncomfortable.
Now, I will say, in response to Live Golf's statement, you can't say the PGA Tour for a tour that promotes the game and wants to get players, and they're keeping them from playing the game. You're playing in Saudi. It's a Saudi Arabia tour. That's why. If this would be some league that started in Japan, we wouldn't give the players extra. They just said yes. It's where you're playing, and who's funding it is why they're doing it.
Society in general is just hypocritical as hell. It's like you'll watch the NFL and watch the NBA. You'll have your iPhones, and clearly, the billion-dollar companies are, not following the law all the time, but yet you're supporting that product. But right when it, come to the PGA and Live, now there's, that's a line that's been crossed. But they play in Saudi Arabia. I don't understand any of it. Why there is such a big deal. The PGA making it a big deal because they want to put Saudi Golf League in everything that is about Live Golf to kind of put that in your brain that they're in bed with Saudis.
Right.
But this is the same tour that has a tournament there.
And we don't have any hesitation at all here of buying gas that comes from Saudi Arabia or buying products from China.
iPhones
Saudi Arabia,
made in China, and I'm using one right now, and people are using them to tweet how socially awake they are. Like, give me a break, man.
And Saudi Arabia is a military ally of ours. We have Air Force Base in Saudi Arabia because they act as a bit of a buffer. They hate Iran just like we do.
I do like my idea. I think Dustin Johnson and DeChambeau and Fowler and these big-time players that are playing should have said, we'll play. Here's what we need. But you also need to drop the price of crude oil to 50 cents a barrel.
Oh, come on.
Then we'll play.
Doug, you think that's got legs?
No. You think the head of OPEC is
worth a try?
Golf tournament?
It was worth a try.
Really?
What do you got to lose? Let me see. Okay.
Scooter is active here in the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. I was Team Riggs when Iggy was bullying him on Twitter, but I'm Team Iggy now. No one stands up Tim. That's from Scooter.
Yeah, I wasn't bullying him.
He's he's upset, so he's now War Scoots.
And you always use that thing. I bullied him. I'm just trolling him. I comment on his, you're walking around with wood, all right? When they were walking with Tiger, I said, yep, you're walking with wood, all right? That's not bullying. That's just kind of a funny comment that didn't really go over well.
Oh, that sounds like online bullying to me.
Looks like me just trying to troll.
Well, I'd be careful with that.
Yeah.
I'd be careful if you got a mortgage, too.
Oh, John,
because these are crazy times for mortgages. Man, you got to know what you're doing. And the market, if you're looking for a house, as you know, the market is absolutely crazy right now. One thing we do know for sure is that you better be ready. You better get pre-approved if you're looking for an original mortgage. Pre-approved before you go to buy, or that home will be snatched out from under you. The competition is fierce. If you're even thinking about buying a home this year, you need to call the home loan expert, Ryan Kelly, your home loan expert. Get pre-approved today with a 5-minute loan approval, only available at thehomeloanexpert.com. And if you qualify for that veterans loan, they got that great VA loan program. It's the best option out there for you. You can buy a house with no money down, and you can cash out refi up to 100% of your home's appraised value. At HeroLoan.com, they cover your appraisal and can close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. Whether you're refinancing a loan or buying a new home, visit HeroLoan.com. It's the only way to VA. For a new buy or a refi on your mortgage, Ryan Kelly, his loan rates and his service make the other lenders jelly.
Nice.
Ryan Kelly.
That is nice. That is nice. Engineer Design Facilities is a sponsor of our text inbox. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com. They'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA EDF, Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring, and testing for fire alarm systems and services. Boy, we're getting a million texts. What's going on? Is something doing?
Oh, maybe they're complaining about the PGA Tour leaderboard.
What?
You think that's what it is?
Spur you to action? Oh, my God, I don't like who's on the leaderboard. What do I tell?
If they're following it, they would. I mean, I'm looking at Corey Connor's scorecard. They have him even through 11.
Come on, you can't be serious.
Nobody
You think people care about this early first-round results of a Shishawali golf tournament.
Well, you and I have action going. And Corey Connor's one of my guys. They have him even through 11. Started on the back 9. Bogey 10, birdied 11.
Okay, that's enough.
Now listen to me. So he's even par.
Listen to him, Doug.
According to this, birdied 15 to 1 under, bogeyed 16 to even, birdied 18 to get to 1 under.
Every hole?
Okay. According to the scorecard, he's 1 under. According to this, it's even. And look, he hasn't even played his 18th hole yet, and they already have him for a bogey on the par 5.
And you think that's why we're getting all these emails?
How can I keep up with the leaderboard if they don't have it right?
But that's not the question. Was why are we getting all of a sudden all of these emails?
Maybe that's why they're upset. They're following it too.
No, that's not why they're upset.
All right, Matthew Fitzpatrick leading at 5 under. Where were you last week, dumbass?
God bless America.
Only guy had to miss the cut. Now he's leading the tournament. Tim, I'm sorry. What are they bitching about?
Now that was a hijacking. If ever I've heard one, that was it. Textbook.
Oh, man. That was good. We needed that.
It takes a while to recover from some of them.
I guess Corey Connors wanted to go play 18 quickly and then go back to hole 11.
Nobody cares about that.
What are they upset about?
Truthfully, they don't care about Corey Connors' score on the first round of this tournament.
I do.
But you're the only one in all of St. Louis who cares.
I can tell you.
I thought I heard
I knew it again.
I can tell you have Brian Stewart on your team, and he's 4 over, so how about that?
I don't care about that.
According to his scorecard, he's +2, though, so I don't know what's going on.
We have Biff on the line, Doug, so we don't have Riggs,
Still?
but we do have Biff.
Oh, great. Biff? Biff? Biff?
Yo.
Yes.
Hello, man.
Yes, hello, Biff.
Biff, I saw a picture of a lass that I guess you have a girlfriend now?
She's bisexual counterpart of mine.
Clip that off.
Oh, God.
Every girl he knows is bisexual.
I know, and every girl I know isn't. And I'm hoping that they want to experiment a little bit, and yet Biff makes it happen.
Was those some I digitally transferred over to Doug's device the other night?
Yeah, and I was impressed by it, so I showed some of the other fellows. I said, look how well Biff is doing.
Yep.
Dotem keeps asking.
I was entertaining Doug for quite some time the other night, I think.
Yeah.
Dotem keeps asking you for pictures, and you never send him any.
Oh, I haven't figured out how do you transfer a picture to a group text? I've not quite mastered that yet. I don't know how to do that.
Just
Can you help
click
me
on
out?
your photo
Well,
album.
you're on that thing. You responded to that text, so just respond with a picture.
Okay. I'll have to get you online after this call to walk me through that, okay?
Okay.
That's going to take a few steps. That's something new for me there, okay?
How much you tip that girl at DB's?
She's currently not working there no more.
She retired on your tips.
No, not
That's a
quite.
serious charge.
Let's go.
What's the topics for today's discussion?
Oh,
We
on
don't.
the presentation.
well, we've been talking about this live golf thing. Live golf. LIV golf.
Saudi Golf League.
What do you feel? What do you think about the Live Golf Tour?
Whenever you guys talk golf, I kind of turn the radio down. That doesn't interest me.
I know.
I'm writing that down too.
Well,
Promo.
that's the topic of the day. So.
Yeah, I keep hoping caller Adam will call in or something to disrupt those golf talks.
Yeah. Well, we talked a little Cardinal baseball, forgetting how many outs there are.
Oh yeah, I
TJ
did hear that
McFarland.
portion. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other thing on the? You got into pizza a little bit. That got me excited.
Yeah, I bet it did. Because you're a big splasher.
Busy day out there.
I know. I mean, there's a hotbed of activity in the hallway. I don't know what's going on.
Sweeps week, I guess, for radio.
So, Biff, what are you doing now?
You know, a good
Maybe
pizza
Riggs is
right up down the street from you is at the Post. They got some badass pizza.
Yeah, their pizza's underrated.
Riggs is probably on WIL.
Yeah, Riggs is down the hall of the Arch.
Are you back in town now? Did you finish your marijuana factory that you were building there for so long?
I'm in town now. Yep. Got to go back down there though. We got more work to do down there. I'm supposed to give Plowsy a tour of the place sometime soon, right,
Pictures
folks?
he showed me, Doug, that place is immaculate. Biff did Omen's work there. It looks beautiful.
Omens.
It seems like maybe you'd be qualified to be the general manager of a marijuana
I don't know if I'm qualified for necessarily that. I would love to
Marketing
be
manager?
involved in some form or fashion in the marijuana industry at some point in my life because, it's great. And like I said, Biff, you did phenomenal work. The pictures he sent me the other day.
Oh, Biff does outstanding work.
Biff, has this new girlfriend of yours brought in a female lover for you guys to enjoy the less popular MFF?
Let's say that's in the works, Tim.
Wow. Do you guys go out and meet somebody and then bring them back to your chambers, or would she just bring a friend of hers that she's already tribbed with?
At this point, it's what she brings. It's what she brings in, kind of like a cat finding a mouse, you know.
Oh,
nice. That's an analogy too.
That make any sense?
So you're a swinger now?
Is that swinging?
Well,
No.
if he's participating in it and she's going out and finding a person to come back to be with them.
No, that's called me sitting on the Davenport watching two girls go to jail.
All right, so you're not doing anything. You're just watching.
Correct. Yeah.
Can you be a swinger if you're not attached to someone else?
Nice question. I thought you said no.
No, you have to bring something to the party. But Biff has a bisexual female. Now, if he is participating and they went out to a bar and they're sitting there and started hitting on a girl and say, you don't want to come join us, then I think he would be considered a swinger. But if he's just going to sit there and watch.
I think you would have to be you would have to be in a committed relationship to be considered a swinger.
Well, he said he's dating her. Are you dating this girl or just watching?
Well, we hang out.
Yeah, you just pay for everything, and you get to watch her have sex.
We hang out.
Get that job.
That's
We
a
went to
job.
Yankee Stadium a while back.
Doug Aaron Judge, what a campaign he's having.
Gosh, he's got 22 home runs already?
No, he's going to break Bonds' record. Nobody's talking about him.
He might.
I got
My material is A+.
I got
I'm like the Chappelle of HD2.
Hey, I forgot to tell you, I got your buddy Cletus. I got him working on the marijuana shops with us.
Oh, have you?
He's down.
Yeah.
He's down in the Ozarks.
Yeah, we built 4 retail shops. Cletus is doing all the glass on them.
Oh, I think you've been in the Ozarks yet.
Nice.
I know he's working on Goldfinger's house.
Yeah, got him over there. And then the one marijuana shop is right next to a sex shop. So it's got Cletus working on a marijuana shop next to a sex shop. How about that?
Kind of perfect for him.
I was going to go to work at
Get a
one
new
if you had
girdle.
Mr. Fong was going to open his dildo
Who is
shop.
Mr. Fong's Dildo Shop is what it was called. It was going to be based out of Ladue.
What was your guy's name?
Did you say Mr. Thong?
Mr. Fong.
Hong, right?
What's his
You
name?
said Mr. Thong. It's Mr. Hong.
Hong with an H, yeah.
Yeah, he was opening a dildo shop, right, in California.
Yeah. It's open. Yeah. It's open. You want me to send you photos?
We should do a remote.
Oh, we should do a remote for that dildo shop.
Well, it's in California, though.
Well, still.
You imagine Hubbard. We're going in that meeting. We need 2,000 apiece for flight now.
No, we just get on Goldfinger's plane and go down there and do it.
Oh, what other topics you guys got for today?
Don't you have any?
Not any.
Don't you have any?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, go
I got
ahead.
the top 13 breakfast cereals.
Oh, there you go, Doug.
Actually, I'm really on board.
How
with
about
this
like
one.
top 5? Or top 5 might be good.
Well, 13, it'll be 18.
I'm anxious to hear these.
And 2 of them will be beer.
One of you.
I did this in honor of Plowboy.
It's a good one, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sitting on a feather?
Okay, let's hear
I
it.
think
what's
we've
that?
done this list before, but go ahead.
What'd you say about feathers?
Nothing. Continue, please.
Jackson.
Okay, honorable mentions: Corn Pops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Fruity Pebbles. Okay.
We've done this list before.
Didn't make the...
I don't think so.
Listeners, cycle on, cycle off.
Swope.
13 is Captain Crunch, followed by 12 is Cookie Crisp, Sugar Smacks, Reese's Cocoa Puffs, Chex with pretzels and salt, no milk.
Oh.
Okay, number 8, Count Chocula, Quaker Oats with no sugar, 7, 6, Malt-O-Meal, 5, Grape Nuts, 4, Special K with no sugar, 3 is Grits with milk, 2, Cheerios with mango slices on top, and number 1, Corn Flakes, no sugar.
Regular
There you
old
go.
cornflakes?
Wow.
That's like a generic cereal.
It's a list I've never really heard of that many I don't eat on that list. But it is Biff's preference.
Right, it's his list, so let him have it.
I knew when the honorable mentions were my 3 favorites, I knew it was going to be a problem.
The only time I have cornflakes is I really don't eat cereal.
What was the good ones I missed, Plowboy?
Oh, the
Honey Bunches of Oats is awfully good.
No, the Fruity Pebbles and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch are
There goes
1
Ryan
and
Kelly.
1A.
What about Blueberry?
Raisin Bran is kind of good.
Blueberry's good, yeah.
I don't know, you can eat grape nuts. My God.
You say grits with milk?
Grape Nuts.
Oh, grape nuts. I said grits with milk. I was like, huh.
I mean, you're flossing for
Oh, yeah,
days after grape nuts.
grits is on there, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Now, cornflakes, what we call my dad's burgers, we call them dad's burgers. We crunch up cornflakes and put them in the burger.
I do that with my ranch chicken that I make.
Yeah.
What does a cornflake do to a burger?
Texture, right?
Yeah, it's almost like breadcrumbs, but a little bit crunchier, and because you're using egg and green pepper and onion, and so it holds the burger together.
Huh. Now, I made some Rice Krispie treats. You guys like Rice Krispie treats?
Not really. Not really.
I love them with the Fruity Pebbles, yeah.
That's what I made, Pablo. I made Rice Krispie treats with Fruity Pebbles in them. Bomb. They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, I put an ounce of weed in the last ones I did, and they were even better that way. Yeah, so, yeah, it's a good mix. Usually I do the half Rice Krispie, half Fruity Pebble.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
Yep.
Going full bore with the Fruity Pebbles is a little too much for even me, especially with the melted marshmallow. So that's a good play. I like that.
I played that play, and people like to play.
Yeah, you scored.
Yep. Any gambling advice, Tim?
Doug, do you think Patty Maroon goes up 3-2 tonight? Did you do that? Would
I
you
think
do
they
that?
do.
Yeah?
I think they do. I think
And then
Tampa's in
we
control
got a
now.
Colorado and Tampa Bay collision course.
Yeah,
There you
I'd
go,
like to
Biff.
see that.
I'd say bet the farm on the Cardinals today. No way they get swept.
Going up
That's
against
the way you think of that.
McClanahan in the Rays, he can deal.
Who's pitching?
Is it Shane McClanahan? Is that his name?
Rue
McClanahan. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Who we got pitching? Bullpen again?
Doug is not a bullpen start today. It is
Checking. It's Michaelis.
Michaelis. Shane McClanahan, Michaelis. 12-10 start, Biff. If you're interested. See what the
Yeah,
number
Michael's
is.
been pretty good this year. I'd go for that.
I like Boston in Game 3 of the playoffs.
Game 3 happened last night.
Yeah.
And they won, so you're
did
right.
they? Yes, they did.
that was
Rays are
tonight.
minus 175. Wow. Damn.
Huh.
That's a big number.
Well, you put your normal $2,000 on the Cardinals. That's a big return, Biff.
What is it? The Rays are minus 175 today.
Yeah, that's
Why?
legitimately surprising.
Wonder why they said favored, huh?
I mean, they're a good team, but
They're playing at home.
well, they get those fans behind them.
What's the over-under, Tim? That would be your big bet today, under.
Oh yeah, what are the Cardinals are they back in St. Yeah, the Cardinals got a huge series with the Reds this weekend. In St. Louis, the over/under is 7. Wow, I don't know if it'll work here because the Cardinals actually probably got to try to win.
Yeah.
So it might be a different deal. This is a tough one, Biff. If you put $100 on the Cardinals, and I know you'll probably multiply that by 20, but you win 155. But you got to bet minus 180 now.
It's a good play. I like it.
I'm really
I'm
surprised.
gonna drive over to DraftKings and do that.
I am
over there, Casino Queen. Mm-hmm. You guys been there yet? Oh yeah. Well, I saw Jackson.
Jackson had an
Over
appearance.
there.
Yeah.
Jackson's making appearances for the ladies.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tim, I tell you this: I did learn about bisexual girls. They like pop rocks. Did you know that?
What, when they're performing oral?
Correct. Mm-hmm. That crackly, snap, crackly pop in their mouth. They like that.
Yeah, I brought that
Well,
up
I'll
the
tell
other
you, I
day.
miss that.
I think you asked like 9 of our porn stars that question.
The pop rocks?
Oh, about the pop rocks?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's pop
Yep. But it's true. Just letting you know. And another one, Tim, hold on to your seat. This girl, she does like scissoring, just so you know.
Is that right?
Wow.
Have you,
Mhm.
Doug,
Yep.
would you say born witness? Have you born witness?
I wouldn't say that. Have you seen it?
That's on the agenda. That was my next request.
Oh, that'll be
was
so great
to
for you. God, I'm
witness
so
the
happy for
scissoring.
you. I really am so happy for you.
Scissoring, and the request has been granted. I'm waiting upon the date to witness this. So I'll keep you posted, okay?
Oh, thank you. I'm really living vicariously through you. I'm very happy for you.
Hey, it took a lot of effort and a lot of work. It wasn't easy. Trust me.
She's legitimately good looking too, man. That's great.
Yeah. Doug's. Oh, you saw the pictures on Doug's phone. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be tribbing for you. It's great. You're a good
Yeah,
man, and I'm happy for you. I'm jealous. I'm jealous as can be, but I'm very happy for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Any food stuff recommendations for the big weekend coming up, or
Doug, any food stuffs?
Food stuff. Well, I was hoping maybe we'd have a Friday as pizza night sponsor because we do enjoy the pizza that's coming through.
I know we
here.
got another one coming up, but I don't believe we have one this particular week.
Biff, hit up Faux Grand. They close, I think, 20th permanently. So if you want to go support local and have a good meal, I'd suggest Faux Grand. I think Madison and I are doing a lunch there tomorrow.
Oh, Faux Grand, that's the Vietnamese place, isn't it?
It's really phenomenal food, yeah. So that's...
yeah, I've been there. It's been a while. But we're closing up shop, huh?
Yeah, I think in a couple weeks. So I'd recommend it, just...
Or
like I
check
said,
out
very
Felix's.
local. Well, yeah, that's a given in Dogville.
Or Uncle Leo's.
Yeah,
JJ Twigs.
I'm just going outside of the box of a local place that's
Okay.
soon closing their doors and probably would love the business.
I need a good Lebanese restaurant. Does anybody have one?
Hi,
I'll
Jackie.
look online right now.
We're talking food. He asked a question.
Food stuff.
Okay.
And I'm saying I would like to find a good Lebanese restaurant that serves guppy, grape leaves.
We have the Taste of Lebanon.
Taste.
The Vine Cafe and Market right there on Grand, Euclid. You have Sultan, Mediterranean restaurant. Those are the top 3.
I wonder what Orzo has down there. That's a Mediterranean
Fire.
restaurant. Think they have any guppy?
Yeah, yesterday.
You had guppy yesterday?
No, the Euro.
Oh, they got I remember the place called Sheesh. I heard that's really good as well.
I think the original, the name of it is Kibby. We call it guppy. I think it's Kibby.
Cafe Nova. Yeah, there's plenty of Lebanese places around. I don't know about Maryland Heights.
No, I'd have to drive, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, Biff, I gotta go. I wanted to talk longer, but I gotta go.
Riggs is on hold.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to get to work, so it's just fun talking to you.
Yep, good talking.
Okay,
Good work
Biff.
with the trib.
Say yous.
Really am happy for you. No, Riggs has not responded. Andy's actively tweeting.
Man, that's a slap in the
It is?
face.
I'm surprised one of our listeners hasn't responded to a tweet saying, I thought you were going on the morning after today. Where are you?
That's what you want them to do.
That's that Doug, you picked up it.
Yeah, but I'm sure I'm surprised none of them have.
I mean, it's not, if he's got stuff going on or he just doesn't want to do it.
I know, but our listeners don't care.
If anything, he knows that playbook, and Barstool executes that playbook like times a billion.
I was really looking forward to it. I was so excited yesterday during the podcast because I was DMing with him while we were recording the podcast. And I was surprised Jackson couldn't guess who I was talking about. Who do you think it was? Oh, you thought it was Joe Buck.
Yeah.
Well, Joe Buck would have come on. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I apologize. But I don't know what to do because you don't want to, if a guy says he's good for 9 o'clock and you obviously want to promote it for the audience, like what could I have done?
Did you reach out to him in like an 8 o'clock hour and said, hey?
I right after he DM'd me yesterday, I said, are you good to come in studio? And he didn't respond, and I thought, okay, that's a tell. If you know the program, you've done this a million times.
Yeah, I would have done one more.
And so then at
DM.
5:23 this morning, I sent him a DM saying, what's up, man? We're putting the show together. Want to make sure that we can confirm 9 a.m. Are you good to come in studio? No response. And then at that point, I'm like, all right.
Then you're
We've
done.
been ghosted.
Hey, Tim, you know what we can do as kind of a get back at Riggs?
Well, I'm not necessarily looking to take him out.
Well, I meant just when Nagel wins the U.S. Open.
Oh, wow.
We book him for Riggs's podcast. At
And
the
then
same
he
time
no-shows
he's
it?
supposed to be on the podcast, we tweet out that we have
Chris
Nagel
with
on our
us.
program.
Joining us right now, 2022 U.S. Open winner Chris Nagel.
Yeah.
A little piece of his own medicine, Doug, and I think that's well deserved.
I am putting $100 on Nagel to win. If I'm throwing it out the window,
Might as well.
50,000's the payoff.
That's money.
50,000
For 100.
For $100.
I'll put 20 on that.
And anything can happen in golf, man. You've seen some guys. Ben Curtis, when he won the British, he came out of nowhere. I think he was ranked like 400 or 500. You got guys that,
Could happen.
come out of the woodwork and shine. And
Not usually in the Open, though. PGA is when you could get some guys way down there who could win. Not even then now because they toughen up the courses. The PGA used to be, 20 under 1. But
yeah, U.S. Open is usually pretty chalky. I get it.
Tim, just let Ken bitch at him on Twitter, a la like what he did to Stormy Daniels when she stood him up. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
It had that feel.
Well, she stood me up. Briggs isn't standing me up. And I wasn't mean to her. I only said, as I said, it's nice of you to set up this interview, and I've been sitting here for 4 hours, and now you just don't show up or get back to me. That was what I said. I didn't call her any names. And
let me tell you, this is a brief aside. I love doing interviews. And my whole thought when we came over here was I'm going to really get back into it for the podcast. But then with doing both this show and then Balloon Party and then also working on sales and just candidly just spread way too thin to do it effectively, so something has to suffer. But what has happened now with I don't say everybody having a podcast, but with there being so many podcasts, it's like what you talked about when you started in sports talk radio. There were only a handful of stations.
It was easy to get guests.
And then you had a bunch of stations, and now it's multiplying it even more so because forget about radio. Now you have exponential increase with podcasts. And so a guy who likes to do interviews, like when Maroon and I were talking about our thing a few months ago, he's like, I'm good with getting guys on. I can get them on, but man, we get called to do podcasts all the time, and guys just are so tired of it now because it's just the same thing. You're just tired of it. And that's the thing. So it's kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like with the Fowler interview, which I realize many people in our audience couldn't care any less about, but I'm interested in hearing from him because, he was a prominent player on the verge of winning a major. Now I don't know if he'll ever win another tournament again. And that's intriguing to me, even though I didn't really care for the interviewing style of the people doing the interview. I was glad to hear. Did you listen to that? Did I catch you shake your head? Did you listen to it?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No.
All right. It was just, I don't know.
Who did the interview?
God, what is it? Jackson, do you know the name of that podcast that Fowler was on, Ricky Fowler?
Was he on Full Send?
That's what it was. Who's on? I know Bob Maneri's one of them, but there's like 4 guys on.
Yeah, they're Canadian guys who.
I thought one was from Boston. I don't know where Maneri's from.
There's a lot of good golf podcasts.
They're not necessarily golf
but that's
ones.
the thing. And so therefore, guys don't want to do it. They have other things to do. First off, they're multimillionaires. Most of them in their 20s and 30s. They just don't want to sit down for an hour. So they'll do like one, and then it's it. So the whole guest thing, I really do tip my cap to Randy Carricker and Michelle Smallman. I think a lot of that is just Randy's relationships over the years. It's like to get Wainwright on and Perron, and then Jamie Rivers has a good relationship with Berube, and they have him on the fast lane. And then when you have a relationship with somebody, you can get a good kind of BS session going. So
Like
it's just a different deal. But I do love doing interviews. It is when we were doing the Tim McKernan show with the guests, and that was really, but out of the gate, it was Seymour, who loved booking guests, and obviously we didn't really do it on TMA, so he was able to kind of play his thing, and he was so good at it. But then you get to a point, you're going, God, we've kind of run out, and we've already interviewed everybody, at least in the St. Louis area, that we want to have on. What do you do? And if you're doing it once every week, it almost becomes a burden, actually, So it's a tough spot. So I guess with Rogan, even though I don't listen to it regularly, I think what he's done is he brought people in that he is personally curious about, and therefore he's engaged. But they're not necessarily always household names. I think. I should make it clear. It's not like I'm a regular listener of his show, but that's my understanding. It's just my point is because of the volume of podcasts, it makes it tough to get people on. And so this is just a little reminder of it. But this is live radio. The podcast is a different thing. And he could have just picked up the phone and hey, I'm going to be able to do it between 2 and 4. I'll text you when I'm good. I'm like, I'll be sitting in the studio, whatever works. I'll be working on other stuff.
Well, I'll show you how easier it used to be back then. When we were doing fairways and greens back in the day, every year the PGA Tour would send out an agents list if you asked for it. Media outlet could ask for the agents list. And it would have every PGA player that has a card. Next to it would be their agent's name, phone number, contact, all of that. So a certain player would win a tournament, and Monday I would call the agent and say, "Hey, we doing this our Fairways and Greens show with Jay Randolph and Jeff Smith. We'd love to get such and such on." I would say 30% of the time they would say yes. Ryan Kelly's saying,
great Ryan Kelly is here. There. The HomeLoanExpert.com, the title sponsor of the show. There's so much activity in this.
I know. Man, this is everywhere.
Well, that's a hub. Everybody but Riggs is in here. Yeah. But I would say 30% of the time, unless it was a Tiger or somebody. But they would say, yeah, what time? Thursday, or can we tape it Wednesday or whatever? And we would do it. And we actually had Pearl Sin from the LPGA, who at the time was
Mini Pearl.
No, she was just a beautiful golfer from Korea.
Pearl Bailey?
Korea. Pearl Sin.
Oh.
And she was a darling of St. Louis because she finished second one year at the
Pearl
Light.
Monroe.
And so she became like a fan favorite. She did a weekly segment with us. I mean, I would tape it on a Wednesday, and we just do an LPGA segment with Pearl Sin. Here's a girl who's very popular on the tour at the time, and we're doing a weekly segment on Fairways and Greens. So, but then again, there was one of the very few golf shows going on radio. So we could pretty much get all these. We had Arnold Palmer, we had Billy Casper, we had Sam Snead, we had Jack Nicklaus. I mean, we had the Gary Player. Huge names.
All the greats.
We did have all the greats. Nowadays, you have 10,000 golf podcasts.
Yeah, it's the podcast, I'm sure, that have worn the guys out. Yeah.
So, and I get it. I mean, I totally get it. So, like, for example, one of my favorite podcasts to listen to right now is Joe Buck's. I was listening to his newest one coming out with Oliver Hudson this morning driving here. And they started off the same way a lot of podcasts start off. You got all this momentum, and you got huge names out at the gate. They got ridiculous names. And then after a while, and Joe and I were BSing about it, it's just like it's tough to keep it up. Yeah. And then him and Oliver just BSing is actually, from my standpoint, better entertainment anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, Oliver's sister, Kate Hudson, obviously hugely famous actress, would pop on here and there. But, it's just it's a tough thing.
Yeah, I'll give you one that I've listened to a few times because it was one of my favorite TV shows was The Office. And, when I got her dinner for her family, so I became a fan of Jenna Fisher's. But her and, I forget the other girl's name on The Office, they do a thing called the Office Girl Podcast.
Angela Kinsley.
And, they'll get people on from the show that would join them. But after that, all they're doing is just recapping, okay, remember, today we're going to talk about episode 3, season 10. This is when blah, blah, blah. And they just recap the episode. Because you get everybody from your co-stars on The Office have already been on, then we're not going to repeat them, so let's just start breaking down episodes. I think it gets boring. But that's their whole show. But when they have their guests on, like Steve Carell, and people come on the show, interesting. But after that,
So you did listen to it and it wasn't good?
A couple of times, but they're just breaking down episodes. And, every
that's what they did with
The
Sopranos. Your guy, Steven Shrippa and...
Michael Imperioli.
That's right. Spida.
Yeah, that was a gritty show.
Guys, that Office Girl show is garbage. Couldn't do it. That's from Flip Wilson.
Yeah, I said I've listened to a couple.
Make a lot of money,
I listened to, I think Steve...
They made a lot of money, Jackson?
Yeah, they're really high up on download numbers.
Oh, yeah.
They do really well.
And they just wrote a book together, which I think made the New York Times bestseller.
A bunch of the people from The Office because they kind of got typecast as The Office outside.
Yeah.
Like John Krasinski, B.J. Novak, and Mindy Kaling were really successful writers, but a lot of them got typecasted, so they just kept making money off of The Office, whether it be with merchandise or like podcasts.
I saw the guy who played, was it Oscar Martinez?
That's his name, yeah.
In a State Farm commercial. And I was just,
Yeah.
Oh, God. It just made me,
Yeah, a bunch of them got like Brian Bumgarner, who played Kevin, makes a ton of money off. He did like an oral history of The Office thing, and it was really good.
He made like over $1 million doing Cameo from what I hear.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, people love him, and he sold like the Kevin's chili recipe and T-shirts and all that.
Yeah, he
made
got
a ton of money.
I got to do some live reads, boys. Stratum Structural Systems is online at stratumrepair.com. Think local, think Stratum. Stratumrepair.com, 314-620-8153. Matt Ford, Brett Groman, known for their integrity and authority. I know them. They worked on my home, so I can tell you that firsthand. If you're dealing with waterproofing or foundation peering issues, they are the company to work with. They're in Chesterfield, Missouri. They're in Columbia, Illinois for basement crack repair, foundation peering for settling homes, bowing or rotating wall repairs, basement waterproofing services like sump pumps, interior and exterior drainage solutions, egress window installation, concrete leveling, downspout extensions. At Stratum Structural Systems, when you call 314-620-8153, let them know you are a TMA listener and you get $100 off your repair project. It's Stratum Structural Systems. And there's a new whiskey in town. Fistful of Bourbon's the name, and going down easy is their game. The can behind Fistful has spent over 100 years concocting the finest blend of 5 whiskeys this side of the Smokies, making it the smoothest bourbon your mouth will ever feel. This is the kind of complexity that can only be accomplished with good old-fashioned hard work and sound alchemy. That's why Fistful of Bourbon keeps winning gold medals, blue ribbons, and whatnots at every fancy liquor competition from the Berkshires to Bakersfield. Get wise and pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy Fistful responsibly. That's Fistful of Bourbon. And now you are thinking about it. Check out all of our merch, including the hat Michael Wellington will be wearing at the U.S. Open when he is on Chris Nagel's bag this time next week at tmastlshop.com. All the T-shirts, all the merch, tmastlshop.com. And if you are interested in a perfect Father's Day gift, it's mysoundstory.com. Go to mysoundstory.com and you can get a gift certificate for Father's Day at mysoundstory.com. And today we are giving away 10% off by using the promo code TMA. The promo code is TMA, and you get 10% off a Sound Story gift certificate. Go to mysoundstory.com, and your father can be interviewed by me, Doug, or learn of KC95, and you will always have their words, their stories forever, saved for generations to come. It is a perfect Father's Day gift. Go to mysoundstory.com, use the promo code TMA to get 10% off. There it is, mysoundstory.com. And think about it. That's what they've always done for their show, Nicotine Stain. What does that mean, Doug?
That's what they've always done for their show. I guess he's getting back to the Office podcast.
I know the whole premise of the show is to talk about The Office.
Yeah.
But they'd always have guests on, which is kind of fun. They kind of reminisce about certain, but then when you just sit there and have no guest.
Where are they?
And, all right, season 7, episode 2. Remember when Jim went down to the bathroom? That whole scene. Okay. But when they have guests on, I don't mind them talking to the guests.
It's different. Don't want to drag the two ladies under the bus, but I mean, just the personality is just not there for an entertaining podcast.
I don't know. I find it.
Name
both
recognition
kind
and a great show. I mean, Office is top 3 for me all time, but I don't watch the show and be like, damn, Pam and Angela are killing it.
You don't see
They're just kind of a bland personalities in general.
Well, on the show,
Fisher taking shrapnel.
Well,
but their podcast is kind of bubbly and funny. But
stop wheezing into the mic, Ken. That's from Chris Ravy.
Well, why won't you stop? So many people have asked.
Yeah, what is it?
Chris Ravy.
I don't know.
Stubbornness, I guess.
Find something to do. I know the Blues are over for the year, but, find something to do.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go to work at Blimpy's part-time instead of you're not driving the blimp. Maybe you can just go work for him for a little while.
See that, Doug?
Would be the sandwich shop.
Yeah.
And I need that.
Have those?
And I need that Vokey wedge that you said you had. You could.
Needs it.
You took a shot at him, but you say you would also like one of his golf clubs.
No. He
Is that what
needs
just
it.
happened?
Took a shot at me. Well, I can't find my 58 degree has disappeared.
You left it on the course somewhere.
I gotta go to the DMV.
So I'm looking for a 56 and a 58.
People are just having random thoughts they're blurting out now.
Celtics rebounded really well last night.
They
Doug,
did.
is there anything you'd like to share that's a non sequitur?
Oh, not really. I'm just worried about the pitcher forgetting how many outs there were.
Well, that's
That
what you
bugged
get.
me.
Thoughts of the day.
Jackson, your thoughts on balloon party in 10 minutes?
Oh, it's going to be
NBA breakdown.
rousing. Yeah, clear out. You can take the first segment off. I'll just go work.
Harrison's brother Master has sent in the same text 5,000 times.
That's what he does.
It's funny.
I mean, for real. He wants me to post a Gallup poll. Well, he's just obsessed with Iggy's breathing, and he wants me to post a Gallup poll on whether or not people can hear the breathing.
Why don't you post on the fan page for the 9th time?
Do it your own darn
Well,
self.
people are going to say yes regardless because it's fun for the show to think that you hear breathing. So
Mohawk has just hit the nail on the head.
that'd be 99% yes approval there.
Yeah, let's go to this email from yesterday. Where is he?
What's going on now?
Yeah, this email I got from yesterday.
Doug, do I bring food to the DMV?
Pizza.
Better, because it could be a while.
Yeah, I'm thinking about stopping by and getting a spicy, crispy chicken Sammy.
This is from Brian. I won't give his last name. Hi, Iggy. Love the show. I podcast every show in the car, and I've never heard the breathing. That's from,
How about that?
That's from Brian.
That's
So do we believe Brian, or do we believe Masturbator?
Oh, it's
Well,
Harrison,
it's not
bro.
just Harrison. There is like a 30% of our listeners apparently can hear the breathing. I don't hear it at all.
No, I
Like
never have.
ever.
And then after we fixed it. There was something about my mic was turned way up because the volumes were lower.
Breaking news.
Ew.
Walter Cronkite, Riggs has responded. Let's do tomorrow morning if possible. I can come in studio. He tells me what happened, which is private. But Riggs in studio
Let's go.
tomorrow.
Let's go. Put on our best behavior. Wear all of our TMA gear to show them we don't
What
need
time? Maybe we
ours.
can bring some food in for him.
Yeah. Texting him, asking him.
Did you just ask him to bring food in
No,
for
I
you?
said maybe we can get some food in for
Yeah,
Riggs.
ask him how many
apparently.
T-Rabs he'll eat at 9 a.m.
Oh. Well, maybe some donuts.
There we go. I just didn't think he would go all out. But hey, you know.
I said he'd get back to you at 9 o'clock in the 9 o'clock hour, so he did.
Good for him to respond and they'll at least
God bless him.
rescheduling. Good for him.
So Riggs in studio tomorrow, and I can say that with a sense of confidence after this.
Okay.
So that'll be good tomorrow.
All right.
You guys want to do a Foot Fetish Friday, or would that be weird?
Oh, let's do it.
We haven't done one of those in ages, have
I
we?
love how we have like the Manscape box there, and then Iggy's like limp 30-year radio balloons.
Yeah, I think those balloons need some Blue Chew.
This studio is set up for success.
It is. It feels that way. Yeah. Well, it sure
Ken
feels that
begging
way.
the guest to bring in food. Perfect. That's from Brian
He didn't
Hench. He's
say
the show
that at all.
ombudsman.
He
Why
did
don't you
not say
get the
that.
crap out of your ears and listen? I said, with Riggs coming in, maybe we can get some food in here for Riggs.
Yes.
I didn't say Riggs bring food in.
He
Why don't you listen?
100% didn't. I wish he
No
would
wonder you don't
have.
do any
bring in
articles.
food.
They probably tell you to go do something, you don't hear it.
Why won't
What?
he
You
bring
told me to go
food?
cover that? I must have missed
He's
that.
saying he's hard of hearing.
This guy's a big star. He's a lot of money. Bring him in food if you want to come in and be interviewed.
Even though Iggy didn't say it, they instantly wanted it to be the case, so they just texted it in and said it.
Yeah.
Instead. I assure you, he did not say that.
Beer
I'd like
Cat
an omelet.
says, do you believe Brian or the other 500 people who say they hear you breathing? That's from Beer Cat.
Well, I've gotten many people that have said they don't hear me breathing. All right. Do you
think
really bust tables at Angry Beaver?
Do you think it could be emphysema?
You. Oh, God almighty, you too.
Stephen Wild wants us to screenshot the text line if Jackson starts talking NBA on 101.
It's not a big sporting event, right? It's the finals with a hometown kid bawling.
Doug, do you hear that? Hometown
Put
kid
it on
ball?
Facebook Live so we can see the live.
He was hanging out with Nelly last night after the game.
There hadn't really been a close game yet, has there?
That game was close up until like the end of the fourth quarter.
Warriors came back and took the lead at one
Yeah,
point.
7-point play. It's 7-point play.
Rabies says Ken sounds nervous.
About what?
About your breathing
I just asked you about the Vokey wedge you were going to give me.
Why would he have to give you the wedge?
I said I need a Vokey wedge. I didn't say Vokey. I said I need a 56 degree before member guess. I can't find mine. I hate hitting the sand wedge. And he goes, oh, I got an extra one. I just got a new set of clubs, and I got one. I said, okay. I'll never see it, but he said he had one.
Here is a 100% impartial view about the breathing. There are times, without a doubt, that someone is breathing into their mic, and there are nose whistles. I hear whistles. But in all honesty, most of the time, there's no breathing. It's from the 314.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that. That really tied things up.
With a neat little bow on it.
Chubbs Peterson says, Tim, tell Plowhawk to type my gin number in and then keep your trap shut, Plowsy. What does that mean?
Who was it?
Chubbs Peterson.
Oh, that dude's a douche,
He's
man.
been chirping
he's
all day.
Still going? Golly,
Yeah, why don't you go to
jeepers, man.
Chubby as he is, who does
He
he
is
think
the
he is?
worst.
Yeah, go to the gin
Awful
and type
human.
in Chubb Peterson. I'm sure your handicap.
He's a great guy. I don't care if he says it using gin. He's a great guy. You can just tell.
Right. Great vibes.
Yeah, just type in.
Vibes, nice.
Just
we
type
get a
in.
Grit Vibes t-shirt.
Type in douche bag and see what comes up under his gin.
Chubbs Peterson.
Lord and Lady Douchebag.
He's a .1. All right, we got the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. My boyfriend Simon's wife made us some. Doug, do you say Wagyu hamburger? Or do you say Wagyu?
I used to say Wagyu.
I say Wagyu.
Hamburger helper to help celebrate our 1-week anniversary as a throuple. Ever since she opened up her third-car garage, it's been a whirlwind of butt play between the three of us.
Oh.
On this night, we would take it another step further. Simon's wife wanted to dabble in a little scat play.
Oh.
We laid down a double layer of plastic for the night's festivities. As I raised my robe and took my aim at Simon's wife, Simon yelled, "Helter with your helper?" I replied, "Have you Wagyu?"
No.
To which Simon's wife replied, "Break off that stroganoff." Goes without saying, super hot. Love Doug's microphone shadow.
Oh. Doug's microphone shadow has been suspended for those comments. He's been suspended a period of 2 days' time, and his name right now is going to the STLTaxLawyer.com. Mark Milton, suspension log you.
Plastic wrap was a good idea.
Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack says, once you hear the nose breathing, unfortunately, it's hard not to hear it. It's not a criticism. It's just an observation. But they were really bad during Tim's last live read. Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack, not his wife, Doug.
Scott's
during Tim's last
Wrinkled
live read.
Ballsack.
Did you see where I was?
Doug, did you see where he was? This is a replay of where he was.
From here.
I don't recall him sitting there.
Good luck to you.
Okay.
Update from the pool in Florida. That leathery, lathered grandfather from yesterday did not have undies on under his swimsuit this morning. That can only mean one of two things. Possibility one, he soiled his pair of clean swimming breeches. Or possibility two, he realized I had my eye on him and he's sending a message that his undies are off because he's interested in meeting me after hours in the hot tub. For obvious reasons, I hope it's possibility two, but I'm equally aroused by possibility number one. You heard that right. I'm turned on by the fact that an elderly stallion potentially messed his drawers.
Oh.
Very few things get me worked up like the sound of sloppy squishes between old man cheeks. In other news, I momentarily forgot where I was and absentmindedly disrobed at the outdoor shower where you rinse beach sand off your feet. A resort worker named Lincoln bashfully tapped me on the shoulder to remind me that my raging erection was impressive, but not welcome. The outdoor shower.
Who was that?
JV golf coach.
JV golf coach. Don't say old man cheeks.
Ann Young, Riggs coming in tomorrow. Let the nervous ass kissing begin. It starts with the boot man begging for food for the guest. It'll continue tomorrow with the nose whistling insistence that he's hashtag just kidding. Perfect. That's from #1 Asian intern.
Brian Hinchin.
And finally, dear Idahoan, this talk of regional pizza varietals really got me wanting to get the word out for Twin Falls Metroplex style za. You start with a base of potato dough mixed with water pulled straight from the Yellowstone River. It's a doughy pie, but what really sets it off is the man-mun used in lieu of tomato sauce. The viscosity is thick, so thick that one cannot eat on the air of an HD2 sports talk show without smacking his lips right into the microphone while colleagues are trying to do their jobs. Best, it's from a boy who cried woof, a.k.a. Woof Boy.
Woof Boy.
And that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, little lady. Show me what you got.
The JV golf coach is pretty good, but vile. Vile, fellas. I'm going to vote for the guy who kind of called us on the carpet, Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack.
That was a text.
That was a text.
Yeah, I'm going to give him email of the day.
It wasn't a great email, but I tip my hat to anybody that's going to spend $250 a pound to make hamburger helper with Wagyu beef and then spray it all over your brother, whoever you did.
Boyfriend's wife, Simon.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'm going to go with the Doug's microphone shadow.
Doug's microphone shadow is shift. The Design Air Heating and
Lucas.
Cooling email of the day. There it is. And Riggs just DM'd me. He said 9 a.m. 9 a.m. tomorrow. There we go. 9 a.m. in studio. Doug, we got to figure out a seating chart.
Okay, I'll move over. I'll get over here.
Iggy can sit next to me.
I'll just
That'd
move
be
over
darling.
here out of the way.
Yeah, it's darling. Okay, I guess we're
I'm
on
not
the air
putting
in
a
1
lot of
minute,
thought
Jackson,
into
so
it,
we
so
got to
whatever.
go. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Bye.
KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Your home for the Morning After.